Hey, what's happening, everybody, man? Y'all already know Rico from SeyiOmonira here. Seyi will be here soon. There's a lot to talk about this Friday. A lot has happened within the past, like 2 weeks. I mean, the John Gruden situation, this Sean Taylor situation. And then Seyi, as you can see on the screen, has a fire article about his top 25 NBA players under the age of 25, the age of 25 and under. So we're gonna take a look at all of that, of course. Hold on, let me pull this up so people can't see the answer off rip. You know what I'm saying? Then of course we gotta look at these fantasy teams to get an update on who's doing well and who's not. I already see Joseph in the chat talking trash about me, the game me and him coming up in fantasy this week. What's good, Jared Sports Takes, man? Make sure I subscribe to my boy. He said we beating the Chiefs, period. I'm riding with us. Teddy finna have a field day, and Cam gonna have a Sean Taylor like game. Oh, that would be huge, man. Let me go ahead and highlight that. That would be beautiful, man. I would be super happy if that happened for real. And then Captain, what's good, man? What's good, everybody? So yeah, man, it's a lot to discuss this Friday, man. It's gonna be pretty compact. There's so much stuff to talk about that we probably may not even be all the way finished by the time 10 p.m. gets here. But yeah, man, it's a lot. Again, Seyi has his article. That's going to be one of the main things we talk about. His top 25 players, age 25 and under. So that's going to be really fun. What's good, Astonishing? What's good, Fred? Holding first in the division. Oh man, you over there having fun in fantasy. I'm struggling in a couple of leagues, and I'm doing really well in others. So I'm kind of up and down right now, but we're gonna get it. What's good, Authentic? Make sure y'all subscribe to Authentic too, man. Giants fan, but man, they over there killing it with their production over there, man. Y'all gotta show love to my boy Authentic as well. But yeah, man, there's so many things to discuss. The John Gruden situation, of course, is gonna be funny. This Sean Taylor thing, I can go ahead and start with that because like I think the timing is terrible. Did y'all even hear that like Sean Taylor's brother and their family didn't know till basically we knew, like about 3-4 days ago? Like they had no heads up either. If they were gonna do this, why not let people know in the off season so people can literally plan buying tickets and flights so that they can make sure they hit up that game. At least Jason Wright came out and apologized, but I think right now he's just the face of it. Like it's not his fault, but they had him come out and apologize because we like Jason Wright. I'm pretty sure all of this is just to cover up all of the stuff going on in the behind the scenes with Bruce Allen, John Gruden. He said a lot of bad stuff. He deserved to be exiled and everything that's happened to him. But he's not even the worst of it. Right now, he's just the guinea pig. They just made sure, hey, everybody look at John Gruden and ignore what we got going on type of thing. And then this Sean Taylor retirement is kind of the after effect of that. I'm pretty sure if none of this stuff came out, John Gruden, these emails, we would not be retiring Sean Taylor's jersey this weekend. I think that was just a PR thing to bring some positivity with all of this negative going around. But at the end of the day, I mean, since they've already done it, I hope we go win the game. I hope it's a great experience for his family and everybody. Like at this point, we might as well make the most of it. But I think the whole situation behind it is stupid. You think we're retiring to take heat off? Yep, Captain, exactly. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. What's good, Jefferson? Managed to scrape 2 wins together in that fantasy league. Yeah, astonishing. I don't know how you doing it, bro. That team was terrible that you started with. You kind of a genius for even finding a way to get 2 wins. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, this Sean Taylor thing is crazy. I'm gonna wear my Sean Taylor jersey during the game. Of course, y'all already know. I live stream during every game. We play at 1 p.m. And yeah, I will definitely be wearing my Sean Taylor jersey because again, I hate how the whole situation, like how we got to where we are now. But at the end of the day, we're retiring his jersey, and I hope we make the most of it. I hope we win the game. I hope his family is treated like royalty while they're there and all of that. And then it's like it makes me question why is Daryl Green's jersey not retired yet? I mean, it's just I'd have 3 if Cook wasn't out of the game. Oh yeah, you got to get Madison. Got a Pro Bowl Sean Taylor jersey from when he had the huge hit. Oh, so you got like the American flag one. That was fire. I wish I had that one. What's good, Fred? Oh, we got Seyi. What's good? He said Jameis over Heineke. What's good, Seyi?
Ain't it true? Again,
Your mic doing the thing again.
is it good now?
Nah, it's like a constant fog sound now.
Is it good now?
Yeah, I think that's good right there.
Okay. Just the headphones. need to get my Tuesday.
Oh, it started doing it again.
Oh, man. Is it good? Is it good now?
Nah, it's like a constant fog noise. It must be like a shortened cord or something. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like basically like Xbox, where like when people's cords have a slight shorter in it, and then it starts making a bunch of noise. It's like that, and it's still going right now too.
Is it good now?
Yeah, I think you're good now.
All right, good. All right, man. Technical.
You can't even have a gust of wind come through there. Any
Not
little
at all.
change.
I
Started doing it again.
Oh, I need to get I have That's probably. Is it good?
It stopped. Hold on. Yeah, I think you might be straight.
Okay. I think I was stepping on it. That's why. Okay. All right. We good. We Gucci.
Bet. Cool. But yeah, I do not agree with Jameis over Heineke. I would say talent and potential.
I mean, the proof was in the pudding that last game. Didn't Jameis have like what 4 touchdowns?
Our secondary's terrible. The Hail Mary
Callaway
was stupid.
out there. He was looking like Marvin Harrison.
Yeah,
I thought that was Marvin Harrison horrible. With some dreadlocks.
If we traded secondaries, Heineke definitely has the better game easily.
When did Marvin Harrison grew some dreadlocks? That's what I was thinking.
Our secondary is horrible, bro. It's literally like 32nd right now.
Yeah, he had Jameis Winston looking like the Black Peyton Manning out there.
No, I'm not gonna lie too. Alvin Kamara and somebody else had a couple of drops that wasn't Jameis's fault. But yeah, that secondary, our secondary is like the worst in the league, and they got Marshawn Lattimore and a bunch of dogs. So that was just terrible. I'm not sure if you saw the Hail Mary. I've never seen a Hail Mary that easy in my life.
I actually didn't get a chance to watch that game, but I just saw the stats and just like, yeah, y'all were down. And I wish I would have started Jameis over Darnold. Against you, I think I was playing too. Man.
Oh, you were? I didn't even notice.
See, yeah,
I never really noticed who my opponents are.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even put much stock into the non-money leagues now. I got my money league, and that's what I'm focusing on. I'm trying to make sure I win some money. So
wake
if
up
you
at
see
5 a.m.
exactly,
making sure everything's straight.
So you see your fantasy guru at 1-4, Bishop Winmore at 2-3. That's just, or not. I'm 3-2, but that's because I'm focusing on where my money league is at.
What league are we talking about?
Oh, the
not
money
the 16,
league,
man.
You're not part
I'm talking about the league you don't care as much about. The one that you just played me.
Well, both 16 man and I mean, I still do my transactions, but usually sometimes I'll forget the waiver wire sometimes I forget that. But I don't forget the waiver wire for my money league. Yeah.
I'm about to say you got the money league. That's priority.
Yeah.
I played Rich last week in the Friday Street family thing. Hold on, where we go? How do I do this? Remove. Oh no, I almost pressed the wrong button. Here you go. Yeah, I played Rich last week, and that it wasn't even like I did really well. Rich just did terrible. Yeah, it's not even like I really did anything. Rich beat himself.
Rich.
It's not like I put up an amazing amount of points. It's just Rich. I don't know. It didn't work out for him. It did not work out for him. And yeah, astonishing. You said Corn Elder. Why not Trey Boston? I'm confused about that too. I don't understand. Trey Boston, last time he played free safety, he looked good. The last time we saw him play him in the NFL, Carolina moved him to strong safety for no reason. It was a dumb idea. So of course he didn't look good.
Hey, Darryl Green is good, but he ain't no Ty Law though. Ty Law's the GOAT. He ain't no Ty Law.
I'm about to go with Darryl Green on that one, my boy. Oh, I did play you. I did not notice that was you. Yeah, you beat yourself too. I'm not even putting up fantastic numbers. Y'all are just beating yourselves.
I had Jameis on the bench. I didn't know Jameis is gonna be like John Elway out there.
Oh, I could have told you. Our secondary is horrible. Anybody can have a great game against us. You saw Matt Ryan had his best game of the season.
But Sam Darnold was like prime Steve Young out there for like the first few games. I thought he was good. And then he's gonna throw up a stinker.
I mean, I still like Sam Darnold, and he is way better than what people thought. But he's gonna have his bad games. I thought he was
in a Jets jersey the way he was playing. That looked like the Sam Darnold I knew from years before.
Yeah, fantasy is too random, bruh. I mean, look at my team. I picked up Darrell Williams, Devontae Booker, and Khalil Herbert. I'm just out here doing what I got to do to make some things shake. There's an injury. Oh yeah, I got the next guy up on all of them, every single one of them. Madison on the bench.
Let me screenshot you my money league.
Team crazy. Yeah. Team looking crazy.
Team is getting hurt. That's what it is.
You going? Yeah. One of my leagues, I have like 3 or 4 players that could be on IR, but we only have one IR slot, so I'm just looking stupid. Oh yeah, well this one is one of them. Michael Thomas, Logan Thomas.
Ooh, I'm so glad he had Jalen Hurts on the bench. Thank God. Ooh, I'm so glad he had. Ooh, this person had Jalen Hurts on the bench.
He did that one scramble where Jameis Winston ninja rolled over our linebacker like Jackie Chan was embarrassing. Bro, our linebacker group, our secondary, one of the worst in the league, bro. It's bad. Our defensive line finally is starting to play well, like what we expected, but the rest of the defense is just so bad it doesn't matter. Teams just do 3-step drops. You know, they just getting rid of the ball immediately, slants, all kinds of dumb stuff. All right, let me send this. I want to let me airdrop. Oh, you got a what's it called at the airdrop?
I got an Android. I got an Android. You can't be airdropping my phone. Nope. Can't do that over there.
Why are both the dogs under me? Move. What happened? Y'all was chilling, nothing going on, and suddenly y'all just under me. They haven't messed with me for like an hour. As soon as the show starts, now they just need attention. I mean, both of them are literally just on my legs right now. Move. And then y'all moving. Let's see. Let me go ahead and move this over. Aja. No, you just went outside. You be all right. You be all right for 2 hours. Hold on. All right. Attachment 3. All right, let's get it. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's see what's going on here.
That's the bench. But thank you. We had Jalen Hurts on the bench. Thank you, Ed.
So you have
I'm really not sure McCaffrey. They said he's game time decision. I hate that for fantasy.
I thought he had already said he was out. Be careful. Wait, I thought it said he was already out.
Oh, well, let me change to Chuba Hubbard then. I was playing coy on that. I just needed to see the news. So
thank you, Mommy.
Yep, it says he's out. Let me
I checked like yesterday and I was like, oh man, because I have him in one of the leagues too. And I was like,
I wish we had 2 IR slots. So I had Clyde Edwards-Helaire in my IR slot, so I can't put McCaffrey back in there.
I don't know which slot being taken up.
I don't know which Giants receiver to start. I'm going to start Sterling Shepard. I got Kadarius Toney and Sterling Shepard. So I'm going to start Sterling Shepard.
After that last game, even though if you look at Sterling Shepard, that's questionable. And when you look at Sterling Shepard, any game he plays in, because his problem is getting hurt. Any game he plays in, it's like a minimum of 7-8 targets every game. It's crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
People asleep on Sterling Shepard. I have him in a bunch of leagues.
And this is PPR. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, you about to eat Sterling Shepard.
He was in a free agency. I'm like, you're crazy just because he was hurt. Like, you know how many points this guy got when he was healthy?
Bro, I have him in 5 of my 10 leagues, bro. I was not playing. I'm like, bro, look at these targets. Y'all, I'm just going to sit him here until he's healthy to play. I'm not about to just leave him out there. What's good, Steve?
What's up, Steve? I don't know. I don't trust Allen Robinson. I really don't. But should I just start Kadarius Toney and Sterling Shepard, or should I just put Allen Robinson and hope for the best?
I don't know, because I have Allen Robinson in the league, and I'm not playing him this week because I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of the Allen Robinson terrible production.
My number one receiver, Deebo Samuel's on the bye. Corey Davis is on the bye. Those were 2 receivers I probably would have started over Allen and Robinson. And Tyler Lockett.
I would just say I was just, instead of, because I just wouldn't be able to deal with that headache, I would just go ahead and do Kadarius Toney and Sterling Shepard, because somebody's going to go crazy. Because you don't want to do Allen Robinson and then choose the wrong of the 2. And then now you missed out on everything. Whereas you can play it safe. At least one of those guys are going to go crazy, because Daniel Jones secretly is having his best season of his career.
Yeah.
He's putting up crazy numbers.
And they're throwing a ball like the Eagles are. They're barely running. Well, now they're going to be barely running at all because Saquon is hurt. So, yeah.
And thank goodness they throw to the running back because that boy Devin Booker after Saquon got hurt went stupid. That's why I picked him up in as many fantasy leagues as possible.
I had him as a waiver priority. Actually, my number one over Kadarius Toney, but he got someone with a higher waiver priority got picked him over me, so I got Kadarius Toney instead.
Hey, that's a great get.
Yeah, like even more, I was
man like Antonio Brown.
Yo, there was one tight end that was in the free agency. That was the number 2 ranked tight end in fantasy. Yeah, Dawson Knox. I tried to get him too
this year.
I tried to get him too.
Stupid. yeah. Literally, the only person outperforming him is Travis Kelce. But Dawson Knox is outplaying Darren Waller. He's outplaying, of course, Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts just started having good games. Yeah, Dawson Knox is crazy. I don't know what's going on. He has at least one touchdown like the last 4 weeks, I think. And one of those games he had 2.
For real. And you see like his average yards per catch, crazy.
Bruh, it's stupid. Hey, I mean, again, our secondary, we're one of those teams that definitely gave him above the average. For sure. He killed us. We might have been the game he had 2 touchdowns. I know at least he had 1. I remember 1 like to the corner of the end zone. He said, astonishing. Remember, he's the one that took the team after everybody took the players. Well, first of all, he has 2 wins in that league, and then he went and did another league where he was actually there to draft, but he drafted a little late, and his team has ended up being good there. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy he got a decent team and a good team. At least he's having fun.
Okay. So as for Tyler Lockett, man, I'm so mad Russell Wilson is out. Yeah, I do not trust Geno at all, but. Hey, I don't expect Geno to be hitting DK Metcalf on some deep balls, so I'm just hoping he uses Tyler Lockett as a safety blanket.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. I mean, and honestly, I'm not expecting Geno to go out there and ball out, but that interception he had, like at the end of the game, wasn't technically his fault. But yeah, I'm not about to depend on Geno to throw bombs to DK. I think Tyler Lockett is the safer safety net. I mean, I think Chris Carson just went to IR, so it's like somebody got to get the ball. It don't matter how bad an offense is. Somebody got to get the ball. Tyler Lockett has to be that guy, I would assume.
And Cleveland defense, that defense. I do not trust that against Arizona, but I also don't want to release that defense because that defense is good. And I don't know who else to release on my team. So
I'm not going to lie. You might be better off not playing them because they about to give you a negative point. And Cardinals offense, you better off leaving that blank if you're not going to put another defense there. Because I don't want to sway your decision and then you take them off and then they end up somehow stopping the Cardinals from scoring 10 points in 2 interceptions.
They led the Vikings to 7 points, so who knows? But I don't trust that.
That boy, Kyler Murray and them boys up there looking a little different.
Part of me wants to cut them to sign the Bengals defense, who's playing Detroit.
Might work.
But then, Detroit might.
Oh, Noah, you have Noah Fant.
They're playing again. Yeah, in this league. Oh man, but Detroit don't look. I mean, the Bengals defense look horrible as well.
Yeah, it's a bad offense, but also a bad defense. And if anything, the offense is probably better than the Bengals defense.
Don't trust that. Man.
Just to let you know, just in, Cliff Kingsbury is tested positive for COVID and will not be there for this week's game.
Well, I am starting this Cleveland defense. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
In time.
Just in time. Just in time. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, Joseph did offer Rich Dawson Knox. That man, bro, Dawson Knox is looking like a god right now in fantasy. It's crazy.
Yeah. I should have just signed Dawson Knox and not traded Aaron Jones. I should have just done that.
And then you got Matt Prater. That's good. They're going to put up points. Anything Arizona put points.
I released Brandon McManus from Matt Prater because I'm like, it's an Arizona offense, so he has to get field goals.
Something at the very least, a bunch of extra points. They're gonna put up points. They're scoring 30 points a game.
Yeah,
the kicker gets some of that.
I forgot which team had a coach tested positive. He wasn't there, and that team played horribly. So if that happened with one team, that could happen with the Cardinals. So who knows?
I mean, because Cliff Kingsbury isn't just the head coach; he's like the offensive
coordinator, the play caller,
scheme, the play caller.
That's a lot.
Everything, yeah, like that. Him being gone matters. That's worse than I think it was the Browns head coach last year in the playoffs where they beat the Steelers. You know, they didn't really miss a step with him gone. But Cliff Kingsbury is the offense. Like it's he gone. I don't know. I mean, unless they can is he allowed to do it over the phone? Like is that legal for him to watch the game?
I don't think NFL rules allows that. You have to be in the stadium.
But Kyler
either
Murray
in the press box or you're not allowed to do it at home. I think I already saw a rule about that.
Well, Kyler Murray better become Peyton Manning.
Well,
and start calling plays by himself.
Let's go Browns defense. They're starting. They're just in time. I was about to release them too. Just in time.
Yeah, we just talking about it. I'm happy for you. That came in at a good time.
Yeah. But like, this
Shepard, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Chuba Herbert. Yeah, that's you got a little thing going on over here.
Rondell Moore.
Did Deebo Samuel just go crazy last week? Like absolutely stupid.
He went crazy. He has gone crazy every week. He's my best receiver right now. He is my number one receiver. Like he's a guy that's must start now. When before I was just saying like, okay, first game had to be like I can't start him in week 2 because first game could be a fluke.
Yeah, San Francisco.
But then he just kept doing it. And I was like, I gotta drive Allen Robinson. I can't do it anymore.
As long as he's healthy, he's a beast. I mean, just period. Man's a dog.
But now I gotta go against the top team, and he's on the bye, and Corey Davis is on the bye. So just makes my
this is a PPR league.
Yeah,
because you might need to watch out for Marvin Jones. I don't know if you looked at him. That man gets like 9 targets a game.
Hey, if he keeps him on the bench, I'm fine.
Yeah, I hope he's not watching this stream right now. I don't think he knows.
Oh, no.
Marvin Jones has secretly been getting like 9 targets a game. It's bad.
I gotta see who's in this. Oh, he got the Chicago Bears. Oh man, he gets receiving catches. I just hope they don't throw him the ball this time. But he got Brandon Cooks though. Who's also a target getter.
Yeah,
and
bro.
Herbert.
All the Texas targets.
I love you. Great quarterback for me. Throw the ball to Keenan Allen this time, please. Throw the ball to Keenan Allen.
Yeah, Mike Williams been going stupid.
Yeah, this team crazy.
You might want to watch out. I almost thought that was Antonio Brown.
And he got Pittsburgh defense against Geno Smith. Oh, goodness. Are you boy? This ain't fair. And he got even though I know he benched Jalen Hurts, he got Dak Prescott against the New England defense. You saw what Davis Mills did? Did you see what Davis Mills did?
Davis Mills is going stupid. Dak Prescott about to go crazy. Hey, it ain't as bad as our secondary. So I mean, hey.
Davis Mills.
Hey,
that's not Jameis. Davis Mills.
Yeah, he got Jerry Jeudy just in the refrigerator. I can't wait to see Jerry Jeudy finally break out. And then Chris Carson's gone, but I guess.
And he got Cordarrelle Patterson.
Yeah, boy, I have him in like 3-4 leagues, bro. I can't wait to play him back out there.
Who did I sign? I could have signed him, man. I could have signed him. I signed Tyson Williams over him. I'm hurt.
Guess who Cordarrelle Patterson had his best game against? 3 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying?
Against y'all.
Burgundy and gold secondary. You know what I'm saying? Mossing people like these.
Yeah.
Bro, it looked bad.
Yo, Cordarrelle Patterson is like, he's like legit a running back and a wide receiver, but you play him at running back. And PPR
is unfair.
Ridiculous.
He's literally unfair, bro. In fantasy, he's unfair. He's literally unfair.
It's like Marquise Colston when he was a wide receiver at tight end. I used to pair him at tight end his rookie year. It was so
like
unfair.
Last year where you put Taysom Hill at tight end, even though he was the quarterback. You smokes Rich, everybody was.
No, you did that. You did that. Yeah, that was you.
Can't believe these accusations. I can't believe I'm getting accused such heinous acts. Somebody just put Taysom Hill at tight end, even though he was clearly playing quarterback. That is crazy. And then he ate up. That was funny too. It actually, he ended up balling out.
But back then when Marquise Colston was a rookie, when he was at tight end, I won that league because it wasn't fair. I had Marquise Colston at it was PPR as well. It was not fair.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He had like 100 catches, 1,000 yards, and they had him at tight end, and they fixed that the next year. But hey, I wasn't complaining.
Riding the way to the wheels fall off, boy.
That was the best tight end ever. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, speaking of fantasy leagues, Lyric was talking about trying to do a paid basketball one where everybody puts in like $5 or $10.
I don't do basketball leagues, nah.
Bruh, man, just one of them real quick.
That's too much. That's too much attention to detail, and
it's a lot.
I just feel like it doesn't work with basketball the way it works with football.
It is a little bit more random. It's super random, and then like who knows? Because in the beginning of the season,
I'm about to say you got to pay with shooting. You got to pay attention to shooting percentages, free throw percentages, steals, blocks. It's just too much.
There's a lot going on. It's definitely the most like the brain power it takes to do one basketball league is like the equivalent of 5 football leagues. It's crazy.
Yeah, you got to make sure you got to check it every day. This is too much. I tried
literally every day.
I'm not feeling it, and definitely not doing a paid one for that.
I did basketball fantasy leagues. I think that was the year I was in Europe, so I just had nothing but time. And then
naturally,
it was crazy.
Naturally, you think I'd be pretty good in that league, though. But I mean, I don't know. It's just too much time.
It's just the time. Yeah. It's just the time. My boy 1323 Gamer TV says he's 0-5 in his league right now, and team isn't even bad, just bad luck. Nah, that's me too. I'm not like winless, but one of my leagues that I'm doing like the worst in is one of my best teams. It's just like guys just get hurt, or it's just something random the guy go against. Just his players just go absolutely stupid.
Same thing in this money league. People be having the games of their life against me. Like, look, I got one of the worst defenses. I don't know why my defense is bad, but I got one of the worst defenses. Like, I got one of the most points, but I'm giving up 655 points.
The fact that they even have that stat, like, is literally your fault. Like you control that. Like, you're in front of their players. Like,
I'm giving up more points than when I'm scoring.
Like, that's just something you can control. That's so
and this
stupid.
person I'm going against is only giving up 605.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, bro. It's literally out of your control. It's just that's all luck. That's the part of fantasy that's literally 100% luck. Look at this. So the other team that Astonishing was talking about, he has Kyler Murray, Chase Edmonds, Devontae Booker, Cooper Kupp, Mike Williams, Dalton Schultz, who's like a top 5 fantasy tight end. I think he's number 3 right now. Keenan Allen, Bills defense, McManus, Hawkinson, Sutton, Mike Davis, Hunter Renfrow, Darrell Williams, and J.D. McKissick on the bench. Oh, yeah, and that's PPR. Yeah, he's good. That man's
my goodness.
That team is crazy. That team, Cooper Kupp alone can carry your whole fantasy team right now. And then Kyler Murray, yeah, bro, that team is ridiculous. Your only kind of struggle is running backs. But then again, you have a bunch of running backs that catch the ball. If it were non-PPR, you have a problem. But you got PPR, all those running backs are solid.
So my older brother is also in this money league too. He got Cooper Kupp and DeAndre Hopkins on the same team, and Darren Waller, and Terry McLaurin,
no! What picks did like? What
and Devontae Smith, and Devontae Smith. He had the last pick. I had the first pick. He had the last pick, but and Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, Damian Harris and Darrell Henderson Jr. at running back. Broncos defense, Connor McCaughlin at kicker, Josh Jacobs, Kenny Galladay, Jonnu Smith, Jacoby Myers, Justin Fields, and Sony Michel.
His team is pretty top heavy, but it's very, very heavy at the top. The top of his team is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Let him get
Cooper Kupp though. 51st pick.
Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. That man's literally like top 3 fantasy receiver right now.
He's number 1.
Yeah.
Well, at least in PPR, he's number 1.
Bro,
we should have known Cooper Kupp was going to be the guy. We should have known that. Why was he drafted 51?
I wish I had him. I don't have him in any league, so I can't even be mad. I can't be mad at you for allowing that.
I drafted Allen Robinson over him.
I mean, I can't blame you. Hindsight's 50-50, but like honestly, Allen Robinson is the receiver on the.
He did this with Trubisky and Foles. What happened?
I don't know. It just got worse, bro.
You know what?
Got worse.
Now it's making me think that Trubisky wasn't that bad. He wasn't that bad. It's that Nat was a horrible coach. Someone gives Trubisky every chance.
Trubisky looked good in preseason. I mean, granted it was preseason, but he was dominating. And then I think the Bills had a big lead on somebody. I think it was us. And then he came in the game and was balling out like it was nothing. Yeah, I do think Trubisky should get another chance. The Bears are just terribly coached.
Man, I drafted Allen Robinson over this man. I could have had Deebo Samuel and Cooper Kupp.
I mean, it sounds bad now, but it really, honestly, on draft day, I didn't think Cooper Kupp would outperform Allen Robinson this bad. I can see the argument for it, but I wouldn't think it would be this much of a gap. That's my biggest problem. I mean, it's just bro. Allen Robinson, like I said, I have him in the league, and I'm not even playing him this week. He's not hurt or nothing. I'm just like, I'm fed up with it. He's gonna have to prove to me why he should start again ever this season. That man is just sitting there. I should find a way to trade.
I keep trying to give him chances, but I don't know. You think in a contract year too? I mean, I guess it's not his fault, but come on, this is a contract year. Either the man the ball or do something.
Something, bro. He already wanted to leave before the season started. Now he definitely gone. That man is not signing that franchise tag. He gonna do that. He gonna pull a James Harden. And Astonishing said he made a video about why we should get Trubisky after Josh Allen's coaches have had him for a season. That's a great topic because remember, Josh Allen was horrible coming out of college, and then those coaches got him right. Now he's the Josh Allen we know today. Trubisky with them after a season. That's a good point. My boy Astonishing is on to something for sure. And your mic's doing the thing.
Oh man, yeah, I know.
Oh, it stopped. I think. Oh no, doing it. I'll let you know when it stops. Hold on. Okay, you good. What's good, Christian Miller? Voice deeper than you expect. Oh yeah, we got to get to this top 25 NBA players, 25 age or younger, man. Like how you feeling about this? How you want to give a nice big intro? Because you got the floor. If you want to talk,
I
about
would
this
right now, but I literally got to fix his mic. It's about to fall, so I got.
Somebody help him. All right. You know what I'm saying? I'll improvise a little bit. He said, honestly, at this point, why not? Yeah, it's bad. I always said I will never choose Robert Woods again. If Cooper Kupp is available, I'm going to get him. Man, I mean, I just felt like they had so many receivers, and Matthew Stafford loves to go deep. I didn't think he would be like, hitting the slot receiver all day, just spamming. So what is it, the Y button on Xbox? Just spamming Y button? Like just having the time of his life. Man, I thought he was just going to do deep balls all day. That's why I had Deshaun Jackson in that 16-man league. I was like, why not try it?
It's X button. He was spamming the X button. The X and square button on PS4, but X button.
Just spamming it, bro. And he does take deep shots, but at the same time, Cooper Kupp is eating. Super eating. I mean, having the time of his life. Having the best season of his career. I mean, granted, going from Jared Goff to Matthew Stafford, you would expect everybody to have a better season, but I mean, it's just even worse than I thought it would be. Well, better. It's ridiculous. But yeah, man, Seyi, you know what I'm saying? The floor is real. You want to talk about this for 45 minutes to an hour, go each player at a time. I'm chilling because I'm here for the ride. This looks fun. And I know there's gonna be a lot of controversy in the comments.
Okay, yeah. If anyone want to chime in or see what they want to say about it, I mean, yeah, go ahead. This is a conversation. I don't want to just be having this whole monologue for 45 minutes to an hour. So, like, I just want to be here for football. Hey, let me know as well. But this is my top 25 players in the NBA, 25 and under power ranking. So I made this list when I was 25 years old, but I put off on it, and now I'm 28. I decided, like, hey, let me just do it again. So, yep, this is the list. Luca Doncic, I got number 1. Of course, I think this goes without saying. I think this is, this is like undisputed. Luca Doncic is the top young player right now. He's going to win future MVPs. What more else is there to say? I think the problem with Luca right now is, can he play with other star players? The argument is that Kristaps Porzingis is not a star player anymore, and with that, I agree. But did he drive Rick Carlisle out? So we don't know about that, but he is definitely number 1 for me.
Man, Porzingis was making me so mad in the playoffs because I'm not a big Luka fan, but I just hate seeing somebody carry a team and then you can't even hit like an open midi or open 3 when nobody's on you because Luka's out here demanding double teams.
I mean, I get it. I get it in a way from playing basketball. If you're not in a rhythm, you just probably don't have the confidence all of a sudden when someone's dominating a ball like 24/7 and you just touch the ball for like 5 minutes in the game. You're probably not going to make a shot that way. But at the same time, Kristaps Porzingis could be doing some better things to command the ball. And even when he does, you just clearly see this is not the same player that was in New York. That was taking New York by storm when we were there when he got drafted. Yeah, I remember that.
We were.
I think we were there. Yeah, he was taking New York by storm. He was supposed to be the next big thing, but injuries upon injuries later, and yeah, he's just done. Like even Kristaps Porzingis, I think, was top 10 on my list at one point. He's nowhere to be found in this list anymore. I don't have any faith in him.
And Luke is only 22 years old. That is crazy, bro. He's about to be a force for a long time.
Yeah.
Because even just the way he's built, he's not one of them guys who's going to be injury prone. He's not dependent on athleticism.
He got kind of swole too.
Yeah, he's big. Like, I can see him dominating for a long time because it's not like he's jumping out the gym and he needs his athleticism for him to, prosper. He's going to be great for a long time. He's going to be really fun to watch. And I'm glad that he has a personality, even though there's a slight language barrier. You can see personality regardless.
Yeah, you got personality, you got the smile, charisma. So like you could definitely see him in a lot of commercials. I mean, he's in commercials right now. So yeah, he's definitely going to be the face in the NBA soon when LeBron retires. Definitely.
And so since he, instead of coming to America to play college ball, the fact that he stayed in Europe and played professional ball. Do you think that would be smart, like how Jalen Green just did, where he went to that league instead of playing college ball? How do you think that is the better strategy?
Oh yeah, but at the same time, the Spanish league where Luca played is much better than the G League. That's literally the second most competitive league after the NBA. So yeah, I mean, I don't think you could beat that at all. And the fact that Luca wasn't just a player there. He was their best player. He was an MVP at 18 years old. You can't get better than that. But even still, I do prefer what Jalen Green did in the G League better than playing college ball. Because at the same time, that's G League is still more competition than college ball. You're playing against grown men, and you're also getting paid, which I advocate for college athletes. So I think that's better for Jalen Green. And I think he's going to transition better in the NBA. The thing is, not any college player can just go to the G League because you got to also earn playing time too. Not every player is going to earn playing time. The top prospects like Jonathan Kuminga and Jalen Green could, but not everybody can.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, they bring you on. That don't necessarily mean they got to play you. They trying to showcase their talent and win games at the same time. It's not like they owe you like a college program kind of would. And then number two, boy got Zion Williamson. I forget he's only 21 too. That's crazy.
I know. He looks like he's 31, right? But yeah, so Zion 27 a game. I had a big worry about Zion and him being injury prone. I mean, he's injured right now, and he won't be playing at the start of the season. So that's one thing I got to worry with him, but potential-wise, he could be better than Luca, even potential-wise. That's how good he can be. Just my one problem with him is with that play style, can he sustain it? Because I don't know if anyone remembers how Blake Griffin came to the league. To me, that's the best comparison to Zion. Blake Griffin was jumping all over the place when he got drafted by the LA Clippers. But did that sustain? No. He had to learn a mid-range game. He had to stay more grounded because he was getting hurt. He kept getting injuries. So I don't know if that's going to be the same trajectory with Zion. I mean, Zion's even more athletic than Blake Griffin, or he was stronger than Blake Griffin. So I think that's something we got to wait and see. He's still a franchise guy for me for New Orleans. If New Orleans can keep him, because it looks like once his rookie contract is going to be up in like 5 or so years, he might be gone too.
It is. I mean, Zion, I hate injuries because I can't wait to watch him, dominate. The Pelicans, I'm not exactly sure how good they're going to be as a whole, but like just watching Zion play, like he has some of the best highlights. Well, I would say the funniest highlights, because like the way he does like block people's shots, the way he gets like offensive rebounds, it just all looks so embarrassing to the guy that is happening.
Yeah, he's like a pogo stick. He's not even that tall, at least compared to the average power forward, but like he's a human pogo stick.
And then what hasn't he? Did he gain or lose weight this offseason? I know something happened to him.
I was seeing pictures. I think it's about the same. I just think people are just showing different angles and like, oh, Zion gained weight. He's about the same. Like, I don't see any different with him. And Joseph, you put Tatum over Zion. I mean, I think that's the person that got next. So
yes,
got
sir.
Jason Tatum. Yeah. I mean, I was thinking of it. I was thinking of putting Tatum over Zion, but I mean, Zion just still got unreal potential for me. And the fact that he's able to play point guard now, as he was doing for New Orleans Pelicans, I think that opens the game up. Well, I love Tatum. I just feel like Zion is up there, but Zion might be below Tatum if he keeps getting hurt, because I factor in your injury proneness. And if you're very injury prone, I'll put you down because this is me projecting your career. And if you're going to keep getting hurt, the chances are you might not be the same player as you used to be. So if that keeps happening, then I'll probably put Jason Tatum over. But yeah, Jason Tatum, he's already a top 25 player in the NBA, not just top 25 player, 25 and younger. He's just a top 25 player in the NBA in general. He could be a future 30-a-game scorer. You could play him anywhere. You could play him at the 4. You could play him at the 3. He could even do spot minutes at the 1 position. Two-way player, can play defense, is getting better playmaking skills as well. I mean, there's nothing Jason Tatum can't do well. He's already a pretty established player. And the question is, how much better can he get from here? Is he still going to keep taking the next step? Will he be a top 5 player in the NBA? Top 10 player in the NBA? We're not sure about that. Is his ceiling Paul George, or is his ceiling like James Harden, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant type? We're not sure about that yet. But now, for me, he's number 3.
First of all, that what he did against the Nets in that playoff series last year was crazy. But so like, what's your closest comp to him? Because I know when he was coming out of college, people were saying he was kind of mellow, but it seems like he's gone a little bit more Kobe in a way.
He was kind of mellow. He was kind of mellow, like coming out of high school. For me, out of college, he was more like Paul George to me, because the way like how lanky it is and the way he plays defense kind of remind me of Paul George. But right now, I still got to say it's kind of like a cross between Paul George and, I don't know. It's kind of like Paul George, Kobe. It's kind of like, I don't know, like he plays like Kobe. But I don't like using the Kobe comparison because I mean they're two different body types. So I like to compare against someone that's the same body type. I think Paul George is the best comp, but like a more efficient. Well, I say more efficient Paul George. Paul George is pretty smooth, but like a more versatile Paul George, like a more versatile Paul George that can play bigger. I think that's Jason Tatum for right now.
I can feel that. Puts it in a better light.
I think he could be better than Paul George, but I think that's what he is right now.
Rich pulled up too. He said he don't really like Tatum like that.
And why you say he's overrated? You can't just say he's overrated, not say the reason why. Why is he overrated?
Yeah, what he did against the Nets made me respect him more, because he was disappointing me throughout every time I would tune in the regular season. I don't know if that was bad luck, but it'll always be like a bad game. Like he was just like super inefficient. And then that Nets playoff series was crazy when he was putting the team on his back. Everybody was hurt. It was bad.
Yeah, there used to be like a weakness to his game where I didn't like about him is that sometimes he has tunnel vision when he plays, where sometimes he'll kind of like phase everybody out and he'll look for his own shot. Like, I guess that's the Kobe teachings over there. Yeah, but I felt like he was better with that this season, actually. I feel like he was playing more with the team this season, and they benefited from that. And I just feel his position at the 4, no one can guard him at the 4. He could defend over 4s. He's lanky enough to play help defense and block. And on the offensive end, who is defending that man at the 4 spot? So I think at the 4, that's where his best position is.
Yeah, and One Life Music said, I think Tatum is better than PG already. And Joseph says Tatum's basically healthy McGrady.
Yeah, like you can make the argument he's already better than PG already. I just say, just in terms of comparison, that's the closest He's kind of a hard. There's no one like him right now. I think that's the closest guy you could compare is Paul George, because there's no other guy that's similar to that body type and like the way he plays. But even defensively, he's different from Paul George. As Paul George is, because he's better inside the paint than Paul George is, while Paul George is better on the perimeter defensively. And Trace McGrady, now I don't think he's Trace McGrady because Trace McGrady is more athletic than Jason Tatum. So, and a better ball handler than Jason Tatum. You know, Jason Tatum's a pretty good ball handler himself, but no, not Trace McGrady. Trace McGrady's in a class of his own.
Man, Trace McGrady is my favorite player in team up history. Like on 2K, whenever we run team up, favorite player to ever play with, the Magic Tracy McGrady. The Rockets one was cool. 2K kind of hated on him though, but the Magic Tracy McGrady, everybody else picking Jordan, KD. I got Tracy McGrady. I'm dropping 35. All right, so you got LaMelo number 4.
Yeah, this might raise some eyebrows, but Rich, like I said, explain why Jason Tatum is overrated. That's just wrong. Explain why Jason Tatum is overrated. But LaMelo Ball, so I shared this on Reddit. It kind of raised a couple of eyebrows in, like LaMelo at 4. They said it was too high, but like I said, this is on career trajectory. So I'm not saying he's the 4th best right now, but I'm just saying in terms of potential, I like him up there because it's like, to me, it's like drafting a franchise quarterback, right? You got your Trevor Lawrence, your Justin Herberts, your Joe Burrows, right? And they play well. Like Justin Herbert, for example, he played well. You saw that potential, and you already saw that career trajectory. He had the best rookie season by a quarterback of all time. You already knew this guy's a franchise player. For me in the NBA, the equivalent to a quarterback like that is a tall point guard. If you could draft a tall playmaker, you could be set for years. Cade Cunningham, that's why he got drafted number 1. I mean, look at your best players right now, tall playmakers. I got LeBron James, your James Harden, Luca Doncic, tall playmakers. So, Luca's number 1, and LaMelo Ball, while he's not going to be as the scorer that Luca is, he's definitely going to be a better passer than Luca. Probably, I don't know if he's going to get as much assists, but he's a better passer. So if we can project if Luca had those stats, I don't say it's so far-fetched to project LaMelo Ball to have like crazy stats as well. Probably like 20 a game, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, something like that. I can see LaMelo Ball like that. To me, his potential is ridiculous. He doesn't know how to play defense yet, but he will learn how to play defense. His body is still developing. With NBA workouts, he's going to get stronger. I think number 4 is a safe spot for him, and he could be even higher.
And so, you gotta say? Go ahead.
I saw Joseph's comments. I would put Trey Young over LaMelo. Why I wouldn't put Trey Young over LaMelo? Because Trey Young, how much better can Trey Young get than right now? Trey Young's a small dude. He's always going to be a liability on defense. I mean, he plays with heart, but how much better can he get than LaMelo? LaMelo has more potential. LaMelo's body's still filling out. LaMelo can do more things than score and assist. He can grab rebounds as well. So I say, and LaMelo's jump shot is better than advertised, which was one of his weaknesses coming into the NBA. That shot is much better than advertised. So look, I have LaMelo over Trey Young for those reasons. And talking about career trajectory, of course, Trey Young is better right now, but LaMelo, to me, he's going to be the better point guard in the future.
So I guess we just need to keep re-emphasizing that, like, potential is included in this. This is like where there'll be years from now who's going to be the best. That's the order of this, not necessarily who's the best today. And injuries do matter.
Yeah, and at the same time, like we always, like when we see a shiny new toy or whatever, like a rookie, we always going to overproject their potential. So this could be that. But right now, I mean, I had him originally at 9, but I just kept thinking about, like, you know what? I like him over this guy potential-wise. I like him over this guy potential-wise. And literally, I had LaMelo at 4, and I felt like that was safe. The 3 guys I have over him are the 3 guys I feel like has just as much, if not more, potential than he does in terms of career trajectory.
Feel that, and then if you can even try it, because he's such a different style. I can't even imagine what comp, but like if you can come up with any kind of comp, you have to combine like 2 or 3 players.
Jason Kidd and Luca. That's who I feel. That's at least Jason Kidd offensively. Offensively, Jason Kidd was very good, and LaMelo needs to get better defensively. But his passing reminds me of Jason Kidd and of White Chocolate, Jason Williams. So he's like a 6'8" version of that. If you look at if for anybody who doesn't know Jason Williams from the Sacramento Kings, just look up YouTube Jason Williams passes, and those are just like exactly. Those are just like LaMelo. So I say Jason Williams, Jason Kidd, and a little bit of Luca as well. Like I say all three, like put together with some skills taken away, some skills gained. That's LaMelo.
And that's what's crazy too. Like we're as long as the NBA has been going and as many great players there've been, they'll come out of LaMelo that you just can't directly compare to somebody. There hasn't been a LaMelo before. Even with as long as the NBA has been going, how many great players, Hall of Famers, All-Stars, all of that. There just hasn't been another LaMelo yet. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of cool.
Also, Tyrique Evans could be a close comparison, but even he was in the past where LaMelo is. I think now as well is also because the NBA is more open to the positionless basketball thing, and that they're more open to having more taller point guards, and they're not pigeonholing them to the shooting guard or small forward position. Because even Jalen Rose too. Jalen Rose is a point guard, but in the NBA, sometimes they had to make him a small forward, but his best position was point guard. So I think it's just now the NBA just saying like, look, LaMelo's a point guard. That's the position he's playing. Even with Terry Rozier on the floor, he's a point guard. Even with Devontae Graham's on the floor, he's a point guard. And they've been giving the ball with it, and he's been shining with it. And he shows a lot of maturity. I think that has to do with him being already a celebrity at age 14. So it's not like this is a big jump for him. Like he's probably dealing with less fanfare now because he's playing in Charlotte. So yeah, I think LaMelo is going to be a superstar, and I don't think I super overrated him. And Lonzo is definitely not LaMelo. LaMelo is better than Lonzo. Let's put that.
I would say Lonzo has better defense. I think LaMelo is just offensively is just about to be just super different.
And he's only 20, and that's what I'm saying. Career trajectory. He's only 20.
I'm really happy that both of those guys worked out for LeVar, because LeVar was hyping them up and people was doubting them, and then he actually got two guys drafted, 1 overall, 2 overall. Like that's man. Shouts out to LeVar, bro, because he really did that.
If you told me back then that 14-year-old LaMelo was going to be this player, I would not have believed you, because I remember I was seeing like his high school games. He was not playing defense, cherry picking, taking ill-advised shots. I'm just like, I don't see him being an NBA player, but I think him going overseas. Exactly. He matured. LeVar bringing him overseas to Lithuania, I think that helped him a lot, because that time I played more real basketball instead of being in California with a coach who's going to coddle you. Like, he was playing with grown men at age 14, 15, and then also playing in Australia before the NBA as well. I think all that helped him a lot and gave him a huge advantage. When I saw him at Spire before he going to Australia, like when I watched him play, like, no, this is a different LaMelo. This LaMelo looks really good. This doesn't look like the LaMelo I seen when he was 14. So, like, I knew that Lithuania stint did benefit him, and then Australia just made him even better.
I messed it up. Oh, LaMelo was drafted 3rd. My fault.
One Life Music. I mean, there's a lot of players. Austin Rivers was pulling up for half court in high school. Why I wasn't really sure, because he wasn't playing defense. He was cherry picking. I mean, all these NBA players are ridiculous in high school. Like the guy at the end of the bench was ridiculous in high school. Like, all of them are. It's just the thing is, like, this is like the simple basketball fundamentals, playing defense, working within the team. He just wasn't showing that. And the shots he was taking was just ill-advised. So it was just more the habits. Can he get coached out of those habits? And he did when he went to Europe. And also that too, the growth spurt. That growth spurt definitely helped. When he grew up to 6'8", I was just like, oh yeah, okay, this guy's gonna be a player now. He's taller than Lonzo.
Now that growth spurt thing is crazy because remember Paul George was already in the NBA and then randomly came back in off season and then just was like taller by like 3 inches or something. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was so random. He went from being a 2 guard to easily a small forward just over an off season, already grown. It wasn't even like he was like 18.
Yeah, same thing with Giannis. Giannis grew from 6'9" to 6'11".
Out of nowhere. Like, what is going on? How are people having these late growth spurts? I just randomly what is the exercise program?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And LaMelo is definitely 6'8". And yeah, I mean, yeah, we can't knock LaMelo for his confidence. We always knew he had confidence. We always knew that. It was just more that did he have discipline? Well, I wasn't really too concerned with that, but I know there were scouts that were. But number 5, Devin Booker could have been an NBA champion, but yeah, we all know what happened with that. I'm not sure how much better Devin Booker can get, but I remember I had him much lower than this. More because like he's a great scorer, but it's just more can he make his team win games? Can he do more than just score? And he was playing good defense. He's shown to be a very good playmaker. And the way he was scoring, when the team needed him to make a shot, he always came through. And to me, in terms of play style, I think he's the closest thing, if you want to say to a Kobe. At least Kobe, the bald Kobe, not the Kobe with athleticism. He is the closest thing to that right now. So, yeah, I got Devin Booker number 5. Can he get much better than this? I say he can. I say he could be a 30-game scorer, but probably the way the Phoenix Suns play, since they have a more team-oriented game, I see 25 to 27.
I mean, they over there trying not to pay DeAndre Ayton. They're like, nah, we don't see you as a franchise player right now.
Oh no. They need to pay DeAndre Ayton. They need to pay him. They need every single player, at least all the key parts. They need to keep Chris Paul. They need to keep Mikal Bridges. They need to keep DeAndre Ayton. They got to keep Devin Booker. But, yeah. Is Devin Booker 20? No, Devin Booker is 20. I'm pretty sure I've done these ages. Devin Booker was the youngest player in the draft when he got drafted. So, he's like 6 years in the league. He's 24 years old. He turns 25 October 30th. He got drafted at 18. Yeah, I've done all these ages before. I need to make sure because I need to make sure. So I've done all these ages. I already know. Y'all can't correct me. I already know. I already done my research right before I posted this article.
He said,
I'm not saying he is. Yeah, I agree with you, Rich. I'm not saying he is Kobe, but I'm just saying if you want to see a guy who reminds you a little bit of him, that is the closest person. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he is Kobe. He's Devin Booker. Yeah, offense. Oh yeah, make sure you say offensively because definitely not defensively, but offensively. Yeah. But he closest thing.
That boy Joseph said, "I retract my statement." Boy got a suit on and had a whole stack of papers and evened it out when he said that. He said just a smidgen. All right, what happened? Man. Why is this chat so fancy?
Correct me on this. I did my stats.
I retract my statement in just a smidgen. This fancy chat out of nowhere. Bradley Beal knee contusion. All right, what is going on, bro? 10, 30, 96. Dang, bro. The fact that I'm older than Devin Booker just feels so crazy. That feels so crazy.
I'm 4 years older than him.
Donovan Mitchell, let's get it, man. What's going on with that one?
Yeah, so Donovan Mitchell and Devin Booker, they were like 5A, 5B for me. Donovan Mitchell is also as well as an elite scorer. Why Devin Booker has an edge is that he is more efficient, but Donovan Mitchell, of course, is more athletic. He probably has to do a lot. Now he definitely does a lot more offensively than Devin Booker in terms of like what the team needs from him. Since Devin Booker right now is just really taxed to be the designated scorer, Donovan Mitchell at times got to be the designated playmaker as well. Conley is hurt like 60% of the time. So oftentimes Donovan Mitchell is the point guard. Even when Conley's there, they don't really have much shot creation outside of him and Conley. So because of that, that's why his shooting percentages is not really that great. But Yeah, like I said, I think him and Booker like 5A, 5B. I could still see Donovan Mitchell getting better, more efficient. Will he be Dwayne Wade? Because I know there's always Dwayne Wade comparisons. I never thought he was going to be Dwayne Wade, but I mean, he could be a superstar. I still think he's like a high end star right now, but I think he could possibly be a top 5, top 10 player in the NBA.
Yeah, the potential is definitely there. I mean, you saw at spurts when he was trying to carry that team in the playoffs last year before they got killed out. They just got mutilated. It was just nothing he can really do, bro. There's only but so much you can carry a team so far. You're not like a freak. I mean, he's always only like 6'1". It's only but so far a 6'1" player can carry a team. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just nothing he can really do. He's not KD.
You know what's crazy is that we never really think of him as 6'1" because I remember before the NBA started listing the real heights, he was listed at 6'4".
So he definitely seems like it.
Yeah, so that's why I guess he only got drafted 13th instead of 23rd because he did not slip in the draft because of his lack of height because they listed him at 6'4". So that was whoever was his agent. That was great. Make sure he's listed at 6'4". Because if he was listed at 6'1", who knows? Like, I mean, 13 was pretty low for him, but who knows if he was listed at 6'1", like how far he could have fell.
That's a good point. That man would have fell pretty far. At least I feel like at least 7 picks. That's why D Wade is part owner of the Jazz.
Yes, he is. I keep forgetting. Yep, yes, he is. So I keep forgetting because it is random. So I keep forgetting that, but he is. I'm pretty sure he doesn't stay in Utah though. Cheaper.
Oh yeah. Nah, he just mail him everything. Email him, send it, whatever. Yeah, he's not about to just be living in Utah. He's from Chicago, got used to living in Miami forever. There's no way he's about to live in Utah.
Did you see the video with Jordan Clarkson with a reporter asking Jordan Clarkson, do you like Utah? Like, they don't think he's a player. Like,
now, have you been in any games? And he was like, yeah, a lot. Yeah.
I'm like, come on. Even if you don't know any basketball players, you see a guy who's 6'6" and black in Utah. What do you think he does? You think he should stay in Utah? Of course he has to play basketball. Why would a 6'6" black person be in Utah not to play basketball?
Literally.
Seriously.
That's what made me the maddest. That's what I was angry about too. I was like, bro, what do you think he does? He's black, tall, in Utah. What else is he here for?
You should have just asked him college or the NBA. That was the question you should have asked him. Do you play for the college or you play for the NBA? You play for the Jazz. I just know you just have to be a basketball player if you're in Utah. Just tell me like what team you play for here. That's the question you should have asked if you didn't know.
And the thing that made me like the second most mad was, how do you not know that? How do you get that job and not know that? We've been trying to get jobs in NBA, NFL, ESPN.
We all know
trying our hardest.
We all know why.
And she just over there chilling. Yeah, I guess it is obvious. She just over there chilling. Don't even know who one of the best players on the team is. At least one of the highest scorers. At least you can know that. What's good, Tim Sports Talk? Make sure I subscribe to my boy. There's black Mormons there. There's black Mormons in existence. All right.
Jabari Parker. He's a black Mormon. Random. But what black Mormon at 6'6" that don't play basketball? Like, I just named you a tall black Mormon, and guess what he does?
Plays basketball.
So she couldn't even
calculate that. And why did you hate on Trey Young with this picture though? Like, why that face? You could have got him doing the things like the Knicks and tell him to quiet and all. Why you hate him on boy?
You're right about that. I want to update that picture. I got this picture years ago. I got to update that picture. You're right about that.
Goofy face. Goofy face. And I think his hairline is further back than that now already.
That's true. See, I done Trey Young right. I showed him.
Yeah, you did him better with the hairline. You did him worse with the face though.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, I think the hairline is more important, but yeah.
I'll take the hairline. You're right. You did right, Bob.
Yes. So I got Trey Young here. Was actually further. So always weird with Trey Young. I had him further up. I got criticized for having him further up when I showed this in peer review because it was like Trey Young doesn't play defense. They gotta hide him and everything. All he does is just score, but he doesn't score efficiently. Then I moved him down because I was like thinking like you're kind of right about that. But then watching the NBA playoffs, seeing how he single-handedly dismantled New York and Philadelphia. I'm like, yeah, let's move him right back up because this guy got heart. And this guy is like an old school NBA player that loves getting booed, embraces the heat. He was actually being a heel in WWE. He came into SmackDown at a show in New York. He came in and he was with the bad guys. He was with the bad guys, the heel wrestlers, and he cheated. He cheated. And he tried to do it behind the referee's back, and the referee had to eject him. Like, he's embracing the hate from New York. And, like, yeah, so I got to get Trey Young number 7. For Trey Young, he's always a special case that you got to – he's kind of a high-maintenance player, as in if he's on the floor, you need to surround him with players that could cover him defensively. So I don't know if we're going to see lineups like him and Sharife Cooper in the same lineup, because I think that could be a recipe for disaster in that court. Yeah. But so you probably got to play him and then Sharife Cooper subbing off for Trey Young. So it's like what Celtics had to do is Isaiah Thomas, you got to surround him with defensive players. You got to keep doing the same thing for Trey Young, cover him defensively so he can shine offensively. But because you have to cover him defensively, this is why he's number 7 and not higher.
Yeah.
But you can win a championship. I think you can win a championship with him as your best player. You just got to have very good defensive players surrounding him.
I agree. And it's funny, too, because his villain thing that he has going on, it wasn't even like he wanted to do it. New York started it, and then he just embraced it. If anything, he's kind of a hero. He's just a villain in New York. If anything, because he's the underdog. He's the hero.
But it was great,
New York created that. I mean, yeah, it was fun, though. I hope he keeps that. I hope he continues that against every team. But, like, he just wasn't naturally a villain. He's not naturally a bad guy.
And the thing is that other players, sometimes when you have other players, they'll try to like back down from it or won't really embrace it. One thing I like about Trey Young is he embraced it, and he just kept talking back to them. They spat on him. Did he get mad? Did he throw a fit? Did he try to punch someone in the crowd? No. He just embraced it. He just clapped.
Got buckets. He just went and got buckets.
He just got buckets.
When sent him home.
And then he just did a shit sound. I loved it. I loved it. It was just like a 90s player. You would think someone so small won't be doing this, but he's doing it. I mean, you can't do nothing back to him, but that's what I love about it. He was embracing the villain role. It just reminded me of old 2000s and 90s basketball. That was probably my favorite series of the playoffs.
That was the perfect series. Like, for that to be the first series too, so he can go ahead and get that villain role started, so he can carry it for the rest of the playoffs as far as they went. And yeah, New York is only in New York. That could have only happened in New York. Only their fans care that much and are that rude.
And then Philly.
I mean, kind of Philly. Yeah, I'm about to say Philly. Yeah, and then he went to get Philly and did it too.
So Philly just got overshadowed by the boost to Ben Simmons. That's the only.
Yeah,
problem.
Literally. That's the only reason it wasn't brighter. No, that's the only reason Trey Young didn't star a little bit more, because the booze on Ben Simmons, all the focus was on Ben Simmons and how bad he was, and not necessarily how great Trey Young was.
Yeah. So we can get to the next person on the list.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got Karl-Anthony Towns. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to get pushback from having Karl-Anthony Towns at number 8, but I still feel. I mean, look,
he's back for this picture.
Honestly, you know what's funny though? Karl-Anthony Towns make this face in all his pictures, so it's like, what can I get?
He does. Yeah.
Remember the meme where I think it was Joel Embiid backing him down? Yeah. Yeah. So like I can't put another picture. He always makes this face, but this guy's a guaranteed 20 and 10 guy. He gets you 25 a game. Arguably, you can argue he's probably already the best shooting big man ever. If you really look at his stats, I mean, that might seem far-fetched. So, we got Dirk and everything, but if you really look at his stats, you can argue he might be the best shooting big man ever. It's just that he plays for Minnesota Timberwolves, so you guys do not realize that. So the thing with Karl-Anthony Towns is, one, defensively, he has to get better defensively, and two, can he win games with him as the best player? He still hasn't proved that yet. I mean, he only proved that with Jimmy Butler, but he hasn't proved that without an alpha male type player. Kind of got another alpha male on his team, Anthony Edwards, who's also on this list.
Speaking up for him in interviews and everything.
Yeah,
already.
Exactly. I mean, look, he might never ever be the assertive guy, I mean, he did call BS on what Kyrie Irving said about not taking the shot and everything. He just said that. So he called Kyrie Irving out, but he might never be like a guy that can speak up. On the basketball floor, he is one of the best players in the game. It's just the thing is, can he help his team win? And does he need more help around him? But right now, guy number 8, I'm not sure if he's going to get much better than what he is, but at least in terms of stats-wise, probably not. But I think he could get more polished offensively. If he could get back to the Kentucky Karl-Anthony Towns offensively, that's just what we need. And I just think he just needs a coach to bring that out of him.
Yeah, I mean, the Timberwolves just got way better once they made that coaching change mid-season. Anthony Edwards got more playing time. Once Karl-Anthony Towns came back healthy, it just all worked out generally. And now I'm so annoyed too because they got Pat Beverly. You know, that's the player I hate the most in the NBA. Now he's he's playing next to my favorite player in the NBA. So that's going to be annoying to watch because I'm going to be rooting for them to win but lose at the same time. So that's going to suck. I'm really upset about that trade.
The banter will be fun, but I just saw Astonishing's comment. That's what Dennis Rodman did in WCW. Oh yeah, when he was with NWO and everything, he was getting booed. But what? No one tops Dennis Rodman because he did this during the season. He didn't do it in the off season. He did it when he was supposed to be playing. So nothing tops Dennis Rodman.
No, why does Karl-Anthony Towns always just looks like he's getting bullied to jump? Like, what is going on?
He's just getting a rebound, then.
He just makes rebounds look difficult. Like, golly, abusive. All right, my boy Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How you feeling about that one?
One of the most underrated players in the NBA, and that's just because he plays for the. Yeah, exactly, and that's why. And I think that's just because he plays for the OKC Thunder. If he was still playing for the Clippers, you get to see how good this guy actually is. And I knew the potential of this guy when I saw him in the playoffs for the Clippers the year before he got traded for Paul George. When OKC got him, it's just like, yeah, OKC might win this trade in the future. But yeah, the efficiency of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is unreal. I think he probably shot over 50% or near 50% too. And this is guys taking mostly jump shots. 42% from 3, get to 24 a game, can play 3 positions, point guard, shooting guard, and small forward. This is a guy that OKC has to build around. And if I were them, I would not trade him. I saw there was rumors that they were looking to trade him for Cade Cunningham. I couldn't believe that to be true because if you were to ask me to draft him or Cade Cunningham, I don't know. I might choose Shai Gilgeous-Alexander because at least you know what you got with him already. Cade Cunningham could be better, but you know what you got with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander already. He's already like a 6'6" player, so he's already that big guard. So, I mean, he already fits that mold. But yeah, I really like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Just very underrated, and he had to be in my top 10.
I feel that if you could think of any combination of players, if you got to, who you got?
Ooh. Any comparison with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Yeah. That's a tough
I'll say, bro, he's weird. He's really weird.
He is. Because I'm trying to think of a big guard who's as efficient as him.
Yeah.
I say at least right now might be Harden, a young Harden right now. I think that's the closest one. That is the closest one. Even though I say they're 2 different players, I mean, if he can get to the foul line as much as Harden can, then maybe he can be. But I think that is the closest one is James Harden.
Feel that. I feel that. How tall is Harden?
He's 6'5", but the thing is with these players, right? It's just like a new type of players, a new breed of players, like these hybrid guards. I mean, you had the Magics, you had the Sean Livingstons, but they were few and far between. I mean, the NBA is like half the guards right now are like 6'5", 6'6". So this is just like a new breed of players where they don't really play that point. It's like they're a hybrid. They play both guard spots. They interchange. So it's just like a new type of player. So it's kind of hard to compare to.
I mean, the fact that Westbrook and Curry are 6'3" minimum, because I think Westbrook's actually a little bit bigger than that, and they look little a lot of the times when they're matched up against the opposing team's point guard. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's super crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like even guys like Trey Young, that's why he's not as high on the list because the more these big guards come to the NBA, the more of a liability you'll be on the defensive end.
That man is in the corner on defense. Man is guarding a corner. He's not guarding a specific player. He is guarding the corner on defense.
So what King saw. So the topic is top 25 players, 25 and younger. This is the article I wrote. So I mean, we could do a quick recap right now. So Luca 1, Zion 2, Tatum 3, LaMelo 4. 5, I got Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell. Then 7, I have Trey Young. Number 8, I got Cat. Number 9, I got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And number 10 is
now this
everybody's favorite player.
You gotta dive in. Yep. You gotta dive into this one, man.
Everybody's favorite player, Philly's favorite player, Ben Simmons. So, you know what? Ben Simmons, when I made this list 3 years ago, he was as high as number 2. It was Giannis number 1, Ben Simmons number 2. That's how much I love Ben Simmons because, like the
genesis
potential
of the article.
Yeah, and the potential he had, like he's a 6'10" guy who could dribble like a point guard, can run like a guard, the size of a center. I mean, what can he do besides shoot? But that's just been the problem. He cannot shoot, and that's just been hurting the team. But the reason
more so won't than can't. Like that's the most annoying part.
That's
it's not like he can't. He just don't want to. Like why?
It's just only if Marcus Smart just had Ben Simmons' mentality of shooting, I think he'll be a much better player. But like if the funny thing is, Celtics fans want Marcus Smart to shoot less sometimes. Sixers just want Simmons to actually shoot. Like he can't shoot, just shoot.
Just something.
But the same time, I feel like not all the fault is on Ben Simmons. I just feel that the Sixers, they haven't managed these two star players well. They drafted Embiid, Okafor, Noel, Simmons. If you really look at that, that's all centers to me. That's all. Simmons is a center. In today's NBA, Simmons is a center. But I get why you're not going to play him at center with Embiid, so you'll play him at point guard. But what they always do is they get Embiid a backup center. They get Al Horford the year before. They get Dwight Howard now. They always have a backup center for Embiid. So every time when Embiid's out, you bring another center in. That still makes for poor spacing with Ben Simmons in the court. What I would do if I was a coach, I would put Ben Simmons as a backup center. Like how if you watch Blazers games, you'll see McCollum. When Lillard's off the floor, McCollum is essentially a backup point guard. And then they'll bring a shooting guard in. But McCollum's playing the point. And vice versa, when McCollum's out, like they do that with McCollum and Lillard. They should make Ben Simmons a backup center to Embiid. When Embiid's off the floor, Simmons plays the center spot, bring a shooter in. And then you can have Simmons surrounded with 4 shooters. And that will open up spacing. That will open up the floor for him to drive to the paint, and then he won't have to shoot. But they don't manage him well. And it just came to a point where it just now completely lost confidence, and now just won't shoot at all, even if it's under the rim. But I just think he needs to change his scenery. Once he gets to change his scenery, you get to see why he's still number 10. I mean, look, the potential is still there. He's 25 years old, yeah, but he can still become much better than this. I mean, he's shown flashes, especially with Embiid out. He's shown flashes that he can still be a
his
superstar.
Best game in his career when Embiid was hurt, as I think it was early in the playoffs.
Yeah, they get in each other's way. And look, I don't blame Embiid for Embiid and Ben Simmons for having poor spacing. But I mean, if you take Embiid off the floor, make Simmons your center and open up the floor. But no, they insist to have Dwight Howard, who also can't space the floor, or Al Horford, who can space the floor, but he's not really much for spacing either. Not what he used to be. Not what he used to be at all. And the fact, like, look, if he was on a team like the Dallas Mavericks, for example, like say Maxi Kleber will be a perfect power forward to pair against Ben Simmons, because if Ben Simmons is playing a center spot, you can have Maxi Kleber defend the centers on defense, and Ben Simmons can defend the top perimeter guys. And I think that's just what you need to pair with Ben Simmons. You need to just pair him with a stretch big that can also defend centers. So when they're on offense, the stretch big will be around the 3-point line, allows Ben Simmons to either be in the post or at least drive to the basket. And then on defensively, the stretch big can guard the centers, and he can guard the perimeter. I think that's what you need.
And it's crazy because, like, you say all of that, and it sounds so obvious. It makes so much sense. How come they haven't tried it? How come nobody in a meeting for the 76ers, not one guy just raise his hand and say, let's try that?
I don't know. Brett Brown was stuck in his ways, and Doc Rivers is a very pragmatic coach. He's not a coach that likes to change things up. Which was the problem with the Clippers the years before, and why the Clippers became a much better team under Ty Lue. That's just Doc Rivers, and it's just who Sixers been hiring. They haven't been hiring a coach that can think outside the box and do that. Now we were even talking about before, and there was a phone call before the show that Sixers could look to trade Kyrie for Ben Simmons. It could work for both sides, you know. Kyrie gives Philly fans a player reminiscent of Allen Iverson, and that can make the team better with the style of play Kyrie has. And then the Nets got Ben Simmons. Look, they don't need a player that can shoot. I think they need a player that doesn't want to shoot. in the Nets.
Boy.
The problem is there's only one ball. Yeah, so I think Ben Simmons is fine with that, and he does what they don't have. He plays defense. So there's something they don't have. So that's a player they need, and he could play the center spot in the Nets. Who's the center? DeAndre Jordan.
And you talking about that stretch four? You talk about that stretch four, KD.
He got the ultimate
defend
one.
And shoot three, literally the best stretch four of ever.
Of all time. Yeah, you got the best one. And he can defend bigs.
The best one. Yeah, defend big.
At least before the ACL tear he can, but I feel like with 2 years removed, they're probably better defensively. So I think that's what you need. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think that's what should happen.
Yeah, and I think that trade would benefit both teams so much. I don't want it to happen because I want Westbrook to go ahead and get this ring. So I would be sick if that happened, but it would be smart for both of them.
Simmons would fit well in Golden State, but I don't want him getting trained to Golden State because I'm tired of Golden State getting all these good players. So he can fit in Golden State, but I don't want that happen. Can you imagine Ben Simmons getting a rebound, driving for a fast break? You see Curry on the left side, Thompson on the other side. And what is a defender supposed to do? You can stop Curry, but then you can give up Klay Thompson and Ben Simmons driving the lane. You can stop Simmons.
So you
got the two of the best shooters.
You need two to stop Ben Simmons. You need two on a fast break to stop Ben Simmons.
I don't want that happening. No, let's forget about that. I don't want that happening. No.
Who would they trade though? Because like the Nets one makes so much sense because both of them would be beautiful.
Jonathan Kuminga in that center that they got. That it's funny because he's not even on my list, but that name is
James Wiseman.
James Wiseman. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think he's gonna live up to his potential. That's why I forgot his name. But James Wiseman. But even still, James Wiseman. I mean, they got Joel Embiid, so why are they gonna need James Wiseman? Jonathan Kuminga also can't shoot, so why would they want Jonathan Kuminga?
Right back in the same position. So the Nets and the Sixers will be the best trade for both parties. Kind of like how the Hawks and the Mavericks have both benefited from the Luca and Trey Young trade.
I feel like Nets
was the same thing.
I feel like Nets would benefit more because I mean, you still got Kyrie. I don't know how Philadelphia's laws are with vaccine mandates, but and then Kyrie's just an all around difficult person. So it's more about can you get him to play every single game of the NBA season? That's a problem. You're not sure yet. So
Nets with Ben Simmons would be stupid, bro. Oh my lord, that would be a headache. I really hope that doesn't happen.
And then there's also the worry if you're going to anger KD if you trade Kyrie, because Kyrie was the guy that brought him to Brooklyn, and then you trade the guy that brought him to Brooklyn.
Bad about him in the media, even though I'm pretty sure he's sick of him, but he doesn't want to do that to his homeboy.
Yeah, exactly.
And like you said in the call, James Harden probably don't care at all. He probably like, bro,
he don't give a damn. He don't give a damn. He just wants to finally get a championship. He's like, get this guy out of here. If he ain't gonna play, get this guy out of here. I'm just trying to get a championship.
That's KD Mans right there. That's KD. But James Harden, it seemed like his best friends are Westbrook and rappers. He don't care about Kyrie at all. Like
not at all.
Yeah, but he just want to win. He don't care what Kyrie got going on. But yeah, man, Ben Simmons, I mean, there's really no point of even talking about anything. We already know how great he should be. He just refuses.
I might gotta update that caption. I think I put that caption there like years ago. If you go up, is redefine the definition of a point guard. Yeah, I need to take that. That caption did not age well. That caption did not age well.
I didn't even see that. Somebody help that caption, boy. Okay, number 11, De'Aaron Fox, even without the hair.
Oh, De'Aaron Fox has been quietly one of the best point guards in the league. It's just because he plays for a trash organization like Sacramento. We don't even realize this man scored 25 a game.
But look at his haircut. Like,
yeah, I know it's weird. I know it is weird, but hey, I guess it made him a better basketball player. So
aerodynamic.
Hey, remember what happened to Jason Tatum when he cut the hair and then he had like what a 40-point game?
Yeah. Jason Tatum was bad for like 2-3 weeks, cut his hair, and then went right back to being who he was. That was crazy. That little bit of extra weight.
I'm saying. So
just aerodynamic.
Yo, Swiper might be onto something there, but like, arguably the fastest player in the league, has improved his jump shot every year. It's a very good scorer, good playmaker, good on defense. Sacramento needs to build around this guy. If not, he's going to be like the Marcus Cousins, and he's going to get the hell out of Sacramento.
But he need to leave, bro.
He does need to leave.
I don't think people understand how bad Sacramento is too, because I love like a lot of my favorite rappers from Sacramento. And like it's bad out there. It's just not fun. It's kind of like Cleveland where it's not much to do and it's a lot of crime. It's just like, why am I here if y'all not about to build around me and make
exactly?
Me
what does he benefit from being there?
What does nothing? And it's cold. It's Cali, but it's cold. It's cold Cali. What is the benefit? I'm not gonna lie, bro. Why do people want to be there?
Yeah,
I mean, purple is a nice color, though. I mean, that's one benefit.
They got some nice jerseys. You know, they got some nice jerseys. I like their jerseys, but that's pretty much it. I mean, Marvin Bagley was supposed to be his running mate. He turned out to be a bust, so that didn't really work out. I mean, Buddy Hield is good, but he's inefficient. Bogdanovich was good, but they didn't want to pay him. They let him go to Atlanta. Davion Mitchell, I like him. Yep. Tyrese Halliburton, he's on this list. I like him. But they just need some help in the front court. I just think that's been the problem.
Yeah, man. Somebody pray for them boys. But yeah, it's not his fault for sure. It's not De'Aaron Fox's fault. I blame him for his haircut, but other than that, it's not his fault. Okay, so now this was interesting. You have De'Aaron Fox over John Morant. I mean, you have them right, next to each other, but
I mean, they're essentially nearly the same player, honestly. It was like they're nearly interchangeable. Why I got that's a little typo. I'll put an O instead of a 0. But why I got John Morant under De'Aaron Fox is because De'Aaron Fox is a better scorer. I mean, age difference are only a year apart, so I feel like career trajectory could be about the same. But I just think De'Aaron Fox is a better scorer. John Morant, I think he's a better scorer than John Morant is a better playmaker than De'Aaron Fox. So I think the gap in scoring is better. I mean, John Morant showed potential of having a 3-point shot, but we need to see it consistently. But like I said, these guys are interchangeable to me. I think they're both going to have similar careers. Just the difference with John Morant is he's under better team management. So his team looks more primed to win than Sacramento's. So he might have more team success.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely has a spotlight on him. I mean, it's just from his highlights with Duncan, even if you switch De'Aaron Fox with John Morant, I think Sacramento will be more famous because people just like to watch John Morant more. Like, he's just always on Bleacher Report House of Highlights. I mean, first of all, his attachment to Zion being from the same high school team. You know what I'm saying? It is biased that De'Aaron Fox does not get anywhere near as much coverage as John Morant. Yeah. Joseph asks whatever happened to Marvin Bagley. Do you have an answer? Because I don't even think Marvin Bagley knows.
No, Marvin Bagley, I mean, he's still on the Kings. He's just like, he's a bad fit. The thing with Marvin Bagley is he probably would have been a better player in the early 2000s and 90s, but what he is, he doesn't really have he can shoot outside, but not good enough to be playing the 4 spot. Not physical enough to be playing the 5 spot. He's kind of like right in the middle. and he's just not a good fit for the Kings team. And the fact that he always gets hurt. So,
man,
like,
talk about who should have played in like the 90s is boy Jahlil Okafor. I forgot.
Oh, he's the number one person. He might have been like Tim Duncan in the 90s, honestly.
That's so sad, bro. Literally just in the wrong era. All right, Bam Adebayo. Okay. Higher than I thought too.
We were talking about guys who could play in the 90s, but Bam Adebayo, he definitely modernized his game to be playing right now. Like, he can do everything. Great playmaker for the center spot, can handle the ball, can shoot, can grab rebounds. There's like just really nothing this guy can't do. He's just the ultimate utility blanket. He's the most valuable
does everything
player
the star player doesn't want to do. That's why he's so great to have on your team.
Yeah,
everything
exactly.
the scorer doesn't want to do, he's gonna do it.
And they saw just that during the bubble in a couple years ago, the Heat and the Lakers in the finals when he was gone. The Heat were struggling because he left a huge gap, and that allowed AD to dominate. So yeah, Bam Adebayo, and honestly, there's could be argument that it should be higher considering how valuable he is and how much better he can still get.
Like how much he being there directly leads to more wins. It makes everybody around him better.
I mean, when he's on the floor, it takes like some rest from Jimmy Butler. It allows Jimmy Butler to have someone else that can score. And even with Kyle Lowry as well, this guy that's going to get you offensive rebounds, going to do the dirty work, can play the paint, can handle the ball too to give her a breather from everybody else, and just causes matchup nightmares because the traditional center, if he's going against traditional center, he can just take him off the dribble. If he's going against a more smaller center, he'll probably bring him in the post. And also, too, no one can stop Giannis, but if there's anybody who's close to stopping Giannis, or at least defending Giannis, is Bam Adebayo, which is why originally he beat the Bucks a couple years ago in the bubble because they had Bam Adebayo. So just having a guy who's like 6'10", can defend the perimeter, defend the interior, shoot free throws, handle the ball. You can play him at the 4, you can play him at the 5, you can have different looks. You can have Kelly Olynyk there, you can have another rim protector. He's just so valuable. He is just such a valuable player in the fact they could just do everything.
Yeah, he definitely is a dog. It was really fun watching him on the USA team in the Olympics. All right, number 4, Marietta's own, Jalen Powder Springs own, Jalen Brown.
Oh no, he's Marietta.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's from Wheeler High School. That's where my brother went to. But Jalen Brown. Yeah, I could also have him higher on the list, but I just feel like the other players above him were just too good. So I'm having him at number 14. But man, like if you see Jalen Brown from high school, this guy's improved leaps and bounds. This guy could not shoot a lick outside of 5 feet.
I remember him coming out of the draft. People were looking at him like, what's buddy with the 10 fade that played for the Heat for a minute? That was defensive. Can't remember his name, bro.
You mean Justice Winslow?
Yeah, he was kind of like him a little bit. Athleticism and defense, but nothing else.
But even still, Justice Winslow had a better jump shot than him coming out.
Yeah, but it was even better than that.
Yeah, Jalen Brown was just a flat-out dunker. If you saw like the dunks he had in high school, he was just a flat-out dunker. And in Cal, he kind of underachieved, but I kind of expected that in Cal because in the college game, it's not really suited for more athletic players because of a smaller half court. It's more stretched out for a smaller court. It's more suited for shooters, which he's not. So I knew he would be better than NBA game, but the amount of work ethic he had to do just to get that jump shot. I remember there was supposed to be a big drop off with Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram, and Jalen Brown. Jalen Brown was considered a reach by the Celtics at number 3, but if you were to do a redraft, I think Sixers might take Jalen Brown number 1.
It would definitely be more compatible with their current state of affairs right now.
Yeah. So I like Jalen Brown. The question is, how much better can he get? He's been making huge improvements year after year. Can he become better than Jason Tatum? Is he already better than Jason Tatum? Either or, I still think if not a superstar, I say Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen's, of course, a superstar, but that could be like, I say the ceiling, like second best player on the championship team. I can see that with Jalen Brown.
I can see that. And again, another guy that does the dirty work, defense, all of that athleticism. All right, you got Brandon Ingram, number 15. Okay, so reversing draft order.
Yep. Speaking of that draft, Brandon Ingram, number 15. So Brandon Ingram, he's a good scorer. Why I have him number 15 and not higher? I did have him higher before, but it's just more that we don't know what his best position is. I think his best position is the 4. Teams will probably naturally play him at the 3. Yeah, he's skinny, but the thing with having him at the 4 is it opens up the offense for everybody else when he's at the 4 because he's like so ball dominant. And the thing is, they got Zion Williamson, so he's kind of ball dominant. So he's just kind of like a difficult player to play with because with LeBron James, he was struggling with LeBron James. LeBron James is ball dominant, and with Zion, he was doing great with Zion. But without Zion, he was doing great. But with Zion, he was kind of struggling here and there too. The thing is, he's not really that great off the ball, so he needs the ball in his hands, and he's not really a good defender either. So there's just kind of like a lot of things that Brandon Ingram still has holes on. But I mean, he can still fill out. He can still fill out his body, and he's a very good scorer.
Yeah, so he's one of them guys that a lot of things got to go right, but when they do, he can, super ball out. And he just has those occasional games in the season where it's just like, man, this guy is different. But then, like you said, he disappears a couple of games at a time. And then DeAndre Ayton, the guys that the Suns refuse to pay.
so is it really true that they're not going? That would be ridiculous. Are they not really going to pay this man?
Hey, man, they're acting like he's not a franchise guy. They're acting like he's just replaceable. They could just get another DeAndre Ayton in the draft.
And One Life Music, we could do. I'm going to do a recap. We could just do a recap at the end so you can see 6 through 9. Man. But DeAndre Ayton, it's hard having bigs in the playoffs because usually bigs could be a liability at the end of the games. Because usually the average big can't shoot free throws or can't defend the perimeter. Case in point, when you saw Utah Jazz, who had Terrence Mann, he had the best game of his life because they put Rudy Gobert on him. And he had over 40 points? So, yeah, and that's the thing. They're being cheap and small. They better pay DeAndre. And if they
acting like people can't wait to play in Phoenix, like, oh man, I can't wait to go to Phoenix.
I'm saying, like, if that doesn't happen, if I'm Devin Booker, I'm going to actually get traded if that happens. That would be ridiculous. But yeah, the thing with DeAndre, and he can do all of that. He can shoot free throws. He can defend the perimeter. I mean, he got bodied by Giannis, but how many players don't get bodied by Giannis? So yeah, so I don't really hold that against them, but I did say in this article, if Phoenix wants to do a redraft, I wouldn't be surprised if they pick DeAndre in again because they don't need a Luca. They already got Devin Booker. They need a DeAndre, and a lot of teams need DeAndre. If you get a guy that can get you 60% from the field goal, he can still shoot from the outside a little bit, can defend the perimeter and the interior. Like, he might be the best post defender in the league right now, at least in terms of big men, because Harden might be the best post defender, but in terms of setters, he might be the best post defender.
That's so stupid. Like, the fact that like you're not lying is crazy.
It's such a random stat. I know.
Why is James Harden so good at that? Like, what does he practice? What does he eat in the morning? Like, what is that?
Why do you think Houston didn't play without a big man? That was really one of the reasons why they didn't play without a big man, because they know Harden can defend the post.
But I vividly remember him locking up Porzingis. It was embarrassing to watch. I remember watching that game like, bro.
He locked up Ayton too. When Ayton was a rookie. Ayton couldn't do nothing on Harden.
That is so stupid. Harden's only with like 6'5". That's ridiculous, bro.
But he's like 230, so you gotta factor that in.
Yeah, man, it's heavy. Yeah, man, you can't move him. You're gonna have to just score over him. You can't go through him at all.
And then his reflexes are so quick. If you try to score over him, you're just going to swipe the ball before he can go up.
Yeah, before the little hand down while you bringing it up.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, he's a really smart defender. And you have Domantas Sabonis at 17. Okay.
I kind of want to put him higher too because look, this guy's like a mini Jokic. Look at those stats. And he's been great for the Indiana Pacers. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't watched as many Indiana Pacers games as I did other teams. So, honestly, who can watch? Unless you got League Pass 24/7, who can watch Indiana Pacers game? They make sure you don't. But
jersey colors too.
that too. Look like some team coached by Bob Knight or something. But yeah, I got him 17 because I'm not sure how much Sabonis is going to grow from where he is right now, and also that Sabonis is kind of very injury prone. So there's that worry with him there. But look, he's every bit as good as his dad was. His dad, Arvydas Sabonis, he's not the size of his dad. His dad was like what 270.
Yeah,
but Sabonis just like his dad, great playmaker, great rebounder, great scorer. I remember when Gonzaga, when he was playing for Gonzaga, they played against St. John's, and I asked his coach, I think it was Mark Few, and I asked him about the Sabonis, and he was so happy finally someone in the media asked him about the Sabonis because he wanted to talk about him, and he stood out to me too. This was when he was a freshman. I was like, this guy's gonna be good. Whoever drafts him, they're gonna get themselves a player. OKC drafted him, they traded him to the Pacers. But yeah, Domantas Sabonis is a player. He could be higher on this list, but I have him at 17 for now. All these players here are good.
Let's say it's nothing really offensive. I mean, we gonna get the ant when we gonna get the ant. You know what I'm saying? Nothing offensive there. You know what I'm saying? We got Anthony Edwards at 18. So, I mean, at least he's the number one realest person on the list. He may not be the best, be the realest for sure.
So I'm gonna ask you though. You think he should be higher?
I mean, I just believe in his potential more. I mean, because this is all based on potential.
He's on 18 based on potential. If that's really what it is. He's based mostly on potential. He's 18.
I think he's going to end up being really good. I think he's going to keep getting taller. I think his shot's only going to get better. I think he's going to be great.
So originally, like before the second half of the season, he was not on this list at all. LaMelo was on this list, but
it was bad. I mean, his coach, he just didn't get no playing time.
That's
he literally
true.
didn't play in fourth quarters. That was hate.
And you coming off the bench, Flip Simons wasn't a good coach at all. But under the new coach he has in Minnesota, he got moved up to the starting lineup. They played him with Ricky Rubio and D'Angelo Russell, which allowed him to not focus on playmaking because he's not a playmaker, he's a scorer. So let him do what he does best, is score. And that's what he did. He averaged like what? I think it was like 23 a game in the second half of the season. His potential is through the roof, but at the same time, the reason why he's 18 and not higher is we still need to see a little bit more of a sample size, like we did with LaMelo Ball, to gauge where his potential could be. Because is he going to revert back to being the inefficient shooter he was during the first half of the season, or is he just going to be a bona fide bucket getter and reminiscent of Donovan Mitchell like he was in the second half of the season? So,
and I think with his height too, he's basically like a higher ceiling Donovan. But again, we've seen Donovan do it in the playoffs. We've seen him do it against great defenses. Still got to see if Ant can do it, type of thing.
Higher ceiling, stronger, so more athletic.
Yeah, more athletic too. So, which is crazy to say with Donovan Mitchell.
I'm saying, So if he repeats what he did second half of the season for this coming year, he's going to be the top 10 of this list. Like, no question. Yeah. He's going to be the top 10.
Because he even had those games where he shot like 7 of 8 from 3. And then I think the one he missed was like a throw it up at the buzzer beater type of thing. Like when he's on, but then he also has those games where he's off.
Yeah. So look, I mean, I love Donovan Mitchell. I mean, well, he reminds me of Donovan Mitchell, but I love Anthony Edwards.
Taller Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah. But there's just no one else that was higher than him that I felt like I could put him over right now. But it could be a 25-a-game scorer.
I'm not mad at it at all. I think he's going to end up being great. I think with Patrick Beverley, too, he's going to put a little bit less energy on defense, which is going to help him a lot, too. And if Cat and D'Angelo Russell are healthy all season, that's going to help him, too, because like you said, he's not necessarily a playmaker. He's just go get a bucket.
I'll tell you what, him and the guy I have next on the list, or the guy, either 19 or 20, but the guy I have next on the list, highest potential to rise, and Ben Simmons has the highest potential to fall. Okay, so the guy I'm talking about is number 20. Wasn't that Jamal Murray? So it's number 20.
All right, well, we're going to Jamal Murray then. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get the number 20 because that we gotta talk about that bag he got too. But yeah, man, how you feel about Jamal Murray over there?
Yeah, I love Jamal Murray. The problem with Jamal Murray though is it just seems like he's a different player in the playoffs. Where you don't see that in the regular season. In the regular season, he's kind of inconsistent sometimes. Some games he'll drop 40, some games he'll drop 14. You don't know, but in the playoffs, and all of a sudden he's a 30 a game scorer in the playoffs. He's a completely different beast. I saw what happened in the bubble. It's like, okay, this Jamal Murray. This looks like this guy could be a superstar. But then followed it up in the regular season, and he wasn't like that. And I just got talking to, maybe because he was in the bubble, no distractions. He did say he loved being in the bubble, while players like Paul George said they hated being in the bubble. Jamal Murray said he loved it. It's like, look, I could walk to the gym. I could walk to the gym and practice. I could walk to the basketball court. Look, I don't have much other things to do anyways. I guess aside from the thing we saw on Twitter.
He's used to living in Denver, so
exactly. He ain't living in LA, so I mean, look. So I guess that really didn't really hurt him, but Jamal Murray, I could still see him getting a lot better. Right now he has a torn ACL, so it's also a wait and see with him, which is why he's 19.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I mean, cause like you said, he's just super inconsistent. Regular season, it's like, who is that guy? And then playoffs, he balls out. And then the last playoffs, he was injured the whole time. You kind of have to, dock him for that a little bit because they needed him last year, boy. Oh, boy, they needed him. Jokic could take him as far as he could, but they really missed Jamal Murray in the playoffs.
And then again, it's only one torn ACL, so I mean, with recent science, you could come back to the torn ACL 100%, at least athletically.
Lately,
I didn't really dock him down too much because of that. So, but it's just more that. And we need to see that consistency with Jamal Murray. Can be a 25 a game guy. That's just what I need to see with Jamal Murray. But yeah, they definitely need him. They want to be a championship contender. But yeah, let's talk about that bag. Let's talk about that.
That boy Michael Porter Jr. got paid.
Would you have paid him?
I mean, you gotta bank on the potential, bro. I would have. I mean, because I feel like DeAndre Ayton is an obvious you gotta pay too. I mean, how often does somebody with the potential of Michael Porter Jr. come around? You just got to give him the money. And it's the NBA. It's so much money to go around. Go ahead and give him that bag and just hope it works out.
He's the closest thing. Yeah, he's the closest thing to Kevin Durant. That's not Kevin Durant. Yeah. So you have to give it. If he gets hurt, he gets hurt. But you have to take your chances. But yeah, the reason why he's number 20 on the list is because, look, he's a 23-year-old with back issues. I just can't trust it. I just can't trust that at all. So unless he shows like
putting your name on the line.
Exactly. So unless he becomes like a beat and shows a few seasons where he could be durable, then I'm like, okay, maybe I'll move him up to top 10. But right now, I just got him number 20. But I don't blame Nuggets at all for giving him that money because, look, you already got a franchise guy in Jokic. You got a star player, or at least a future star player, Jamal Murray. And you got a guy who has as much potential as Jokic and Michael Porter Jr. So you got to give him that money. Who's coming to Denver? Who is coming to Denver?
I can't wait to move to Denver.
I mean, granted, there are probably some weed advocates I want to move to Denver, but
weed is legal. Maybe like 5 years ago, but weed is legal in so many places. It's like Denver don't even have the monopoly on that no more.
That's true. Denver can't use that against players anymore. Like, nah, we can just play in New York. We can just play in Boston. Like,
New York
we can just go to Cali. Yeah, just go to Cali.
They don't even have that monopoly no more. I know Denver was mad when everybody else legalized it.
Bobo Joseph is not on the list. He's too much of a project right now for me to put him on the list, but he might be in my fast risers.
Yeah. It's annoying how much he just doesn't play.
Now, if people haven't been watching Pacers games, and I don't blame you because where can you watch a Pacers game? But
I don't know when it comes on.
Yeah, so Miles Turner is on the list at number 21. He doesn't score too many points, but he's also a big that can shoot free throws. I always label that as important. One of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA. I mean, 3.4 blocks, that is unreal. 3.4 blocks. Problem with Miles Turner too, he does kind of get nicked up here and there, but I don't say too much to be labeled injury prone for me. But like for him at 25, I still say he's scratching the surface on his potential. He was a better scorer when he was a rookie, but I mean, better talent came around with him, so that's why his scoring kind of went lower. But with him, if he's just this guy right now, I still fine with him at 21, just because of how athletic he is and the rim protector he is, and the ability to stretch the floor because he can shoot the three ball. This will be also another player I can see playing with Ben Simmons, at least a little bit. I won't say a lot. His 3-point shooting needs to get back to where it was a few years ago, because he kind of struggled, I think, the past year, but needs to get back to where it was a few years ago, where I could see he could play with Ben Simmons.
Bet. I mean, yeah, and honestly, if you're looking at offensively, he has the worst stats out of this list. But again, like the things he does on defense and the potential that he has, that's why he's up there.
Yeah, how many plays does he get 3.4 blocks this season?
Yeah, like that's not typical at all. That's not easy. Okay, Mikal Bridges. Okay.
Now, I got some pushback on Reddit for having Mikal Bridges because, I mean, he's a role player. He's not a star. He probably won't be a star. I don't think he'll be a star. But why is he number 22 on this top 25 list then? Because I value role players. These are the type of players that can win you a championship. A guy who's as efficient as he is, shooting 54% from the field. And it's not like he's under the paint. This is jump shots, shooting 54% from the field. When you give the ball to him for a three, more often than not, he's making it. Like, it's a guaranteed shot. Players like Chris Paul and Devin Booker, just having a guy like that just opens the game up for them more, because you got to worry about Mikal Bridges. You can't leave him open. This guy can also defend the opposing team's best offensive player as well. And he gets you like nearly 2 steals a game, which I also didn't mention on here. This guy is an ultimate role player, and he's 25 years old. I can see him playing until he's near 40. And I value that longevity as well. If you're a player that I know can play a long time at a very high level, like a Kyle Korver was for the Atlanta Hawks, he made the All-Star team just being a dangerous role player. JJ Redick as well, getting 17 a game, just mostly off threes. Like, I could see Mikal Bridges being like along the same road with that, but with perimeter defense as well, with being the best perimeter defender on the team, like more like a Danny Green type. Like, yeah, I say a Danny Green, but more of a consistent shooter. I say that's a perfect comparison for him.
And that's hard to find. That is not just you just draft that. Like, you don't just draft those. All right, Tyrese Halliburton, bro. Talk to me.
Yeah, so Tyrese Halliburton, he was like one of the players from the draft that he was supposed to be a what you see is what you get type, but nobody ever expected him to be as good as he was in Sacramento. At least the jump shot is amazing. Everybody knocked on his jump shot for being awkward and not being able to translate to the NBA. It translated well. And why I'm not sure how much potential Halliburton has. I think he can have more potential left. I remember Brandon Roy, when he got drafted, people said like, "Oh, he's what you see is what you get. He doesn't have much potential." Brandon Roy became a superstar before the injuries got up to him. So who's to say Halliburton can't be that same way?
Bet. He's only 21 too. Dejounte Murray. Okay. Yeah, I kind of forgot about him. I'm not gonna lie.
A lot of people did. Like, look, if you don't watch first game, it's kind of easy to forget. He had an ACL tear that knocked him out the season before. He is 25 years old, but I still feel like he's scratching the surface of his potential. That ACL tear didn't knock a year out of him, so he can still get better. He is a 6'5" guard, gets you 7 rebounds a game, one of the best perimeter defenders in the league at the point guard position. Even if he just stays kind of status quo, which I don't think he will. I think that scoring is going to get better. Now with DeMar DeRozan out the team, someone else is going to have to step up. I think it's going to be him and Keldon Johnson. He's on the Bulls now.
Oh, yeah.
So someone's going to have to step up. It could be him and Keldon Johnson, who I have is on my fast risers list. So, yeah, I got DeJounte at number 24.
Bet.
Oh, Markelle Fultz on this list. If we talk about injury concerns, he's definitely not on this list. He is definitely on this list.
You got the Ben Simmons scared to shoot and the injury on top of it.
Oh yeah, 2 major red flags. But man, I hated this. That I had to put Colin Sexton number 25, not higher. He's a Cobb County boy. I really wanted to put him higher. I'm saying I really wanted to put him higher, but there was just no one on this list I could put him over. I mean, and you can say, like, I got pushed back from this on Reddit. Why is he not higher? He got 24 a game. He's a legit 24, 25 a game scorer. He did on a sorry Cleveland team. I gotta say that Cleveland team was horrible. Yeah, he could get you 24 a game on the Cleveland team. If they were good, will he get you 24 a game? We're not sure about that.
Kind of like the Detroit Lions, where somebody got to score. It's not like they might score 0 points a game. Somebody getting the ball and putting up buckets.
Exactly. Jeremy Grant, another example. He had 20 a game on Detroit. You really and Jeremy Grant the year before for Denver had only 12 a game. You really think he's getting 20 a game on a better team? I don't think so. Look, Colin Sexton's a great scorer, and mostly the reason why he's still on this list is because what he did against Brooklyn. And that showed me, they call him Young Bull for a reason. He got that dog mentality. He could take the game to you. Just the problem with Colin Sexton is, and from what I've seen on reports is, he's just kind of too selfish. And he kind of phases everybody out on the offense where he just doesn't make other players better. And there was players apparently on the reports. I don't know if it's true or not, but I read reports on The Athletic that said that players are tired of playing with Colin Sexton because he doesn't pass the ball.
That's interesting.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and it said on reports that even opposing teammates just told their team, the Cavs players, why are you even running around? He's not passing you the ball. So, I can see that because watching Cleveland Cavaliers games, you can clearly see that he's not passing them. If he's on, he's definitely not passing the ball. So, the thing is, with Colin Sexton's career trajectory, I'm not sure if it's the starting long term. It could be a high-end 6-man, like a Lou Williams, Jamal Crawford. Could be a 20-a-game 6-man off the bench. Or he could be a guy who gets you 30 a game. I'm not too sure about that, but reason why he's 25, not higher. He doesn't make his teammates better. Doesn't really play within the team game, at least not yet. And also, he's a defensive liability too. So, you think a guy that strong won't be a defensive liability, but
especially that tenacious too, because he has the mentality. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, so maybe he just needs to just focus on that end more. He was playing good when he was playing against Kyrie. I guess he needs to play against Kyrie every game. So he needs to have that motivation.
I'm going to say one of them guys just needs to be motivated, I guess. Okay, they just missed the cut. Okay.
So I know we kind of get a short time, so I could just speed through this. But yeah, Jared Allen just missed the cut. Very efficient big man. I've seen other lists that they had him over Colin Sexton, but the thing with Jared Allen, he's just a guy I could see playing for a long time in the league, but is he going to get much better than this? He's a rim runner. He'll make free throws. He's efficient, but what else are you going to get from him? So that's why I have Colin Sexton over.
Afro Samurai.
That's what
RJ Barrett. Okay, I'm pretty sure Knicks fans were like, "What?"
Yeah. So, if this is judging off rookie year, he won't be he won't even be in just missed the cut.
He wouldn't even be just to miss the cut. Yeah, for sure.
But I kind of wanted to put RJ Barrett on the list, but it was just I didn't see anybody else I would take out for RJ Barrett right now. If he could show what he did in the second season and improve on that. Get that points per game up and step up if Julius Randle isn't doing anything because he didn't step up at all against the Atlanta Hawks.
Ooh, not in the playoffs, boy.
Yeah,
disappeared.
I'm saying so. Look, I just don't want RJ Barrett to be Harrison Barnes. So I just got to see more before he's Harrison Barnes and he's more like a Chris Middleton, Paul George type. I need to see more.
Okay.
Before I add him on the list.
I feel that. Tyler Hero, man, had an awful last season, but I'm hearing he's been going crazy in the preseason this year.
He was on the list.
Might be back to the bubble.
He was on the list after his rookie season. He was definitely on the list.
Bro,
I had to knock him out.
Was crazy.
Yeah, he was. I had to knock him out. I don't know. It was that Miami lifestyle, I guess. I mean, where he's from? I remember he's from a small town. Yeah, so like
somewhere like Midwest, I think. Hold on.
Yeah. You telling me
he's from Milwaukee? Yeah, he not.
I'm saying he's from Milwaukee, where he was probably the blackest person there, and then he went to Kentucky. So like going from all that to a Miami lifestyle, I mean, can you blame him? I guess. Look, he had the bubble. That's why he was balling. But after that, I mean,
then he was talking to town too. Yeah, not just being in Miami, but being like the talk of Miami.
It's the same thing with Kuzma. But probably to a bigger extent because Hero balled out. So like he just had all that. I think he was Zayn or Kardashian or somebody famous. I forgot, but yeah, all that distractions kind of probably like messed up his second season. But I think he's hearing the criticism, and that now he's back to work, and he might be on this list soon if he can. Because I love Tyler Hero. I think this guy could be the number one option in the Miami Heat in the future. At least after the rookie season. I'm not too sure about now. I got to see where if he can bring it up. But I saw this guy and I was just like, this guy could be a 25 a game scorer in the future. So we just got to see
the ball in front of his face instead of to the side. It's like right in front. I never noticed he shoots like that.
Yeah, that's how he shoots.
It's literally right in front instead of like that's annoying. Hey, it worked though. At least it worked until last year. All right, Lonzo Ball.
Now I think Lonzo Ball, like he was just a victim of circumstance. So he goes to the Lakers. He was supposed to be the crown jewel. Boom, LeBron comes. Everything is done. So his best trait is his playmaking ability, being a point guard. You can't be a point guard when LeBron's on the court. You gotta learn how to shoot. Which I think to his benefit, I mean, that probably helps. That's probably going to help him in the long run because now he got a jump shot. Goes to the Pelicans. Zion. You thought Zion was not going to be handling the ball, but all of a sudden Zion's handling the ball. He got Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram's essentially a big point guard, so he can't really handle the ball there as well. But now he's in the Chicago Bulls, where he said in the interview, now this is a time where he could be a primary ball handler. I'm still not completely sure because Zach LaVine needs the ball in his hands and Martin Rosen needs the ball in his hands. But hey, if they said they're going to let him be a primary ball handler, they might let him be a primary ball handler. So
man,
you might see Lonzo on this list.
Shooting now. I still rock with Lonzo. He out here shooting, fix his little jump shot.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I still like Lonzo, and he's gotten better. And of course, he's a great defender too. So you can't knock that.
Bet. And then, okay, John Collins just got that big bag as well. Got it before Michael Porter, but same season.
And I'm glad they didn't trade him because that would have been a recipe for disaster. So they had to sign him after what happened in the playoffs. They had to keep everybody in that court. John Collins is efficient. 17 a game, 56% from field goal. He shoot free throws. Can shoot the three pretty well. The problem with him right now is, can he play the 5 spot? Can he defend the bigs? For right now, it shows he can't really play the 5 spot that well. But, well, I mean, we wait and see. Okay, yeah, I know Kuzma's saying someone famous, but Hero's saying someone famous as well. I just forgot who it was. Not that I really care, but I just think that adds to the distractions.
Wait, what about Winnie Harlow? Who's dating Winnie Harlow?
Kuzma.
Oh, Kuz. That's so random. But yeah, man, I'm really happy that John Collins went back to the Hawks. Because, again, I don't really have a team. But if I had to pick a team that could go far, I guess it would be the Hawks. But y'all know me, I'm more player. I'm more Anthony Edwards. I'm more Westbrook. And I like Lonzo as well. But the Hawks as a team, I want to see them do great. I'm really happy. Because at first it looked like they might not bring him back. He was signed kind of later in free agency. It was looking a little ugly.
Yeah, and they brought him back because they just overachieved so well, and they couldn't just trade him. And I thought it was ridiculous for even thinking about letting him go anyways.
Boy, without him last year, oh my God, I don't know what would happen. Not saying he's KD, but like without him, that would not have lasted as long as it did for the Hawks.
Now I know we're kind of like getting short for time, so we probably could just skip through this right now. But yeah, injury concerns, Sharon Jackson Jr. I mean, coming off a torn ACL, he's always hurt. Jonathan Isaac's always hurt, but but if you look at his stats, 1.6 steals, 2.3 blocks, a very good perimeter defender and interior defender as well. He's not really much for offensively, but just such a unique defender. But I mean, he's fragile. He's made of glass. So what can you do? You can't put him on this list. This is my ultimate project. This could be the next Giannis for all we know. Alexei Poskashevsky. He's 7'1". 7'1". 190 pounds, I believe. Something like that. But and those stats are not good. Those stats are pretty horrible, actually. But if you scroll down, you see the games he's had. He had a game with 29 points, 8 rebounds, so I was shooting 6 of 9 from 3. 25 points, 8 rebounds from shooting 7 of 11 from 3. The potential is there. If OKC can develop him, who knows? He could be the next unicorn in the NBA. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't want to say that I missed it, so I just put him on the fast risers list just to let y'all know. Don't sleep on this man. I was roasting him when OKC drafted him because I thought that this player ain't gonna be good. But then I watched him and I was just like, you know what? This player might not be that bad. This player might have got some potential. Who knows? Like, we're talking about Bol in terms of potential. I don't know. I think Poskashevsky got a beat.
I don't even know how you know how to pronounce that name, so you had to have heard somebody else.
I have no idea either. I have no idea.
You say it smooth. I believed you. I believed you.
Kevin, no, I mean, I can pronounce it. I just have no idea why I can pronounce it easily, but I can pronounce it.
Yeah, you got it. I believe you. Whatever you said, that's what I'm going to say. That's how I'm going to say it.
Kevin Porter Jr., I was always high on him, even from Cleveland. I know a Houston Rockets fan. I told him that when they traded for him, like, yeah, that's gonna be a steal right there. That's gonna be a player. Yeah, and he showed out, got nearly 17 a game, 6.3 assists, which actually that kind of shocked me. I didn't know he was getting that many assists. So it can prove he can play the point guard position with Jalen Green, because him and Jalen Green gonna share the backcourt. But yeah, this guy could be a 20-a-game scorer. I mean, we got to wait and see first. I want to see a big sample size, but I need to see a bigger sample size. But he's one of my fast risers. And also just got to make sure he just doesn't have any more off-the-court issues. And that's just been the big problem with him in his career so far. Whether punching somebody in a club or something, I forgot what it was, throwing a tantrum in the locker room, whatever it was, we just got to make sure.
The man is out of control. Okay, Keldon Johnson. Okay.
Yeah, also I feel like he's a most improved player candidate. I think he could break out this season with DeMar DeRozan out. He's kind of like the DeMar DeRozan replacement. They kind of played similar positions in that offense. He plays a 4 spot. Popovich trusted him to bring him out to the USA team. So I'm just like, look, if Popovich trusts you, then like you must be doing something right.
Something to watch.
Yeah. He is only 21 years old. I remember this guy from high school had so much potential. Didn't really achieve it in college, but he's kind of realizing it under Pop. And what was he, like the 29th pick of the draft? So yeah, sky's the limit. Very athletic, got great work ethic. He earned the respect of the senior members of the team. Kevin Durant really liked him. Said like he works hard. He was working as hard as everyone. That could only bring a positive experience to him. So I actually really could see this guy being on the list definitely this season.
Bet. And again, he's only 21. Yeah, that's plenty of time. Oh, so the question I had at the end of the list, so how long is it going to take for you to throw up the rookies this season? Like Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green. Like how long is that? Is it like all-star break when you'll start to really look at like how much potential we have? Or do you have to wait until the next offseason?
I'll probably wait till like February. Yeah, January, February. I'll probably wait till that.
Because that means some of these people got to go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's like at least 5 or 6 guys that might end up in this list.
Cade Cunningham mentally is already in my top 10. But I gotta see how they actually translate, because they can't just put them there before they even play a game.
Yeah. So that's what I was curious about. I was like, how long is it gonna take for them rookies?
Yeah, they actually someone on Reddit like that. They didn't add the rookies on the list yet, so they like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. Because I didn't know if I was going to get some pushback for that. I need to add the rookies, but no, I got to wait and see how where they're going to translate. Because it took me some time to gauge where should I put LaMelo or Anthony Edwards or Tyrese Halliburton on the list. It took me some time for that, so I just got to wait and see.
Bet. All right, bet, man. I love this list.
I mean, we could have skimmed through because I know I know someone asked, so we just skimmed through it. We don't need
a slow scroll.
Yeah. So we just see the list, but just check it on Medium.com. Just search my name, SeyiOmonira, top 25 players, 25 and under, and you'll find the list.
And I put the link in the chat just now.
All right, cool, cool.
4 LaMelo, 5 Devin Booker, 6 Donovan Mitchell, Trey Young, Cat, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And what is he? That's what is a Gilgeous? And Shai, what is that?
I have no idea, but I just know it's hyphenated. So the thing is, what's crazy is his cousin. His name is Nickeil Alexander Walker from the New Orleans Pelicans, and that's his cousin. So
they got the Alexander in common.
Yeah, so they're I guess the Alexander family, of course, is related. I don't know who the Gilgeous family is or the Walker family is, but yeah,
who is that? There's a lot of Somalian? Is he Somalian or something?
No idea.
He might be.
Could be.
I might look into that. He's probably Somalian or something. All right, bet. Because I just saw he was from Toronto, and people from Toronto is either Jamaican or a Somalian usually. All right, because I was like, bro, that's Shai and Gilgeous is not a normal name. Alexander is, because my name's hyphenated too, but I don't have a Gilgeous. All right, so number 10, Ben Simmons.
The Pariah?
You said, wait, what?
The Pariah, the Philly Pariah. Pariah means outcast.
I did not know you was talking about Ben Simmons. I immediately thought of De'Aaron Fox's haircut, because as soon as you said it, I was scrolling De'Aaron Fox. I was like, yeah, I guess it is bad. De'Aaron Fox. John Morant, that face by John Morant's hilarious too. Bam Adebayo, Jalen Brown, 14, Brandon Ingram. Oh, remember you had to fix an O somewhere, but I don't remember where it was. DeAndre Ayton.
I know where it is.
Okay, bet. Domantas Sabonis, Anthony Edwards, the realest in the list. May not be the best, but definitely the realest. Jamal Murray, 19. Michael Porter Jr. just got a bag. Miles Turner, number 21. Mikal Bridges, 22. Tyrese Halliburton, 23. DeJounte Murray, 24. And Colin Sexton, 25. With also Jared Allen just missed the cut. RJ Barrett just missed the cut. Tyler Hero just missed the cut. I mean, again, just that last season was atrocious. Lonzo Ball just missed the cut. And again, like you said, circumstances, maybe on the Bulls, he'll be able to reach that top 25. John Collins just got the bag, and then the injury concerns, and then your guy to keep track of. You got to say that name because I ain't even got it, bro.
Alexi Pokusevski. If I'm even saying it right, I believe I am.
Alexi. Nah, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, AP. My boy AP over there.
They call him Poku. They just call him Poku.
Poku. All right, man. My boy Poku over there. My boy Skinny Poku. But this list is fire though. I'll be interested in seeing if you can somehow do an NFL version. Maybe you have to split it up by positions, but
I might. But I mean, you're probably more knowledgeable on the NFL for you to do it. Like my bread and butter is NBA, so I don't know. I'll probably think about that. But the NFL's too difficult. Too many positions.
It's too many different positions. It's hard to compare Trevor Lawrence to Bradley Chubb.
You gotta do it by position. You can't even do it by you gotta do it by position.
But yeah, man, this list is great. This is fun. This was really fun. This is one of my favorite episodes going through it. I would be interested. I mean, even if you did a soccer or a baseball one, I want to hear. I just like lists. I'm always one of those people that looks at power rankings.
I could probably do a soccer one. I think a soccer one's more likely than NFL. I could probably do that.
Get it. Okay, because I'll use that as a reference. I'll probably start watching more soccer games and just have that list up. Okay, that's what that is, type of thing.
Yeah, but also with soccer too, there's so many good soccer players playing in completely different countries that if you don't really watch, it's like hard to watch every single team in soccer because you gotta make sure you have this league. Yeah, he's Canadian, and yeah, astonishing. That's his full name. I know he's Canadian, but that's not a Canadian name.
His mom is from Antigua and Barbuda. Okay, that's interesting. So that's where that comes from. Because his mom is Charmaine Gilgis, and she used to be a Olympics track star too. Antigua and Barbuda.
That explains it.
That's where the athleticism comes from.
But yeah,
man, definitely. I would love the soccer one if you end up doing that.
I might just have to do like top 25 best young players in Europe. I probably have to do that because South America, I gotta find out like where all these players in South America. You gotta
dive deep because they be 15. It's not like they started 18. They be like 15 years old.
I'm saying. So
you gotta go through the favelas of Brazil. You gotta dive deep. You gotta dive deep. But all right, man, y'all know every Friday about to be. I mean, again, most of the time it's on me. Oh, actually, this next Friday, actually won't be able to because that's gonna be the Halloween thing. So the Friday after that, next Friday, not this upcoming Friday, but the next Friday, not October 22nd, October 29th, we'll be back with the show Friday, 8 to 10 p.m. Seyi, you want to say anything before we get up out of here?
Oh yeah, Heroes Girl is an instant model. There you go, Tucker Prescott. Heroes Girl is an instant model. That's what she was. She looked like some celebrity, but I guess instant model is kind of a celebrity in 2021. So
in a way, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, Smokes just pulled up.
Man.
He said, I forgot today was even Friday. Well, at least you didn't know it was Friday and forgot the show existed. I'll tell you, I'll prefer that because I forget what day it is too. Honestly, these shows help me remember what day it is because that Monday through Wednesday, when I don't have nothing necessarily going on weekly, I'll be like, is today Tuesday or Wednesday? But then like Thursday and Friday, I have stuff that I have to do. So that's the only reason I remember. I super feel you. But all right, y'all, man, again, we won't be here October 22nd. Well, at least, like it's going to be my fault. The Halloween thing going on. And then the next Friday after that, we'll be back October 29th. So again, no October 22nd, but October 29th, we will be back and we'll catch y'all then, man.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And again, great list. I got to congratulate you again before I end the stream.
Appreciate it.
It's just really fun. I love lists. So I mean, I'm a big fan of it. Again, you do the soccer one.
Took me 3 years to make it because of procrastinating. So finally done it. Finally finished it. I'm good. But I could probably do a soccer
list. Keep updating it every year. I would say, well, maybe because you're gonna do it again in February.
I'm not gonna do it. I mean, I already got the base down, so I'm probably just gonna update it like every month or something or whatever. Every couple months.
Bet. Okay, bet. Yeah, I think at minimum like maybe 2 times a year because, like you said, February in the off season. But if you can do it more often, that's even better.
Yeah.
Bet. He said, "Oh, Rico, jobless reincarnation is back." Yeah, my friend told me about that. I gotta go pee. Let me write that down right now. That is crazy that jobless reincarnation is back because that wasn't even a full year since it came out. They just took like a half-year break, like a summer break on the anime. That's so weird.
Oh, how many people aged that? Oh my goodness. Giannis was number 1.
Giannis, I was about to say, I was thinking, where's Giannis?
Joel Embiid was top 5. Rudy Gobert was in there. He's 28 now. That's crazy because that's how long I've been doing this list. Zach LaVine was in there. Not DeMar DeRozan. Was he in there? Wait, was he 25? I don't remember. No, he wasn't in there. There was so many people. Jokic was in there.
How old is Julius Randle?
Was he in there? The thing is, Julius Randle could have been in there, but he wasn't this good when he was 25. So I didn't even consider him.
Yeah, he didn't make it.
Yeah. So like, no one thought this Julius Randle was gonna be this good. So, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that's funny. That's a funny part about it.
Simmons was higher than Embiid because Embiid had injury concerns. But Embiid was in my top 5, but I said he would probably be number 3, if not. Giannis was number 1. Luca was still like top 5, definitely. Kristaps was in there, even though I think he's still 25 and under, but I mean, he's not.
He's not that good no more. Nah. A lot of things change in 3 years.
Yeah, a lot of people aged out. Like a lot of writing. Anthony Davis was in there. I forgot. Anthony Davis. He was number 2. He was number 2. Giannis was number 1. He was in there.
At least you called it with Giannis, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Giannis. I mean, I felt like that was no question number one. Like I say, Anthony Davis could have been number one if he wasn't injury prone. And I mean, like, look at his career right now.
And then look at him now.
There you go.
Watch out for
I like RJ Barrett. It's just that, like, look, so if you're in top 25 of that list, I feel like you have at least all-star potential. So, I mean, so that's basically saying that RJ Barrett scratched the surface of that. So,
yeah, he was in the almost whatever the word is.
Yeah, he'll be top 30. He'll be top 30, but he's not top 25.
Yeah. But all right, y'all, man. Again, we will not be here October 22nd. I want to make sure I emphasize that so people ain't stand up waiting on it. But we will be back October 29th again, 8 to 10 p.m. Shay's a hater with the name tag he has under him. And yeah, we'll catch y'all in 2 weeks.
All right.